there's even odds that I'm just gonna get 30 minutes into this and be like, I'm gonna take a nap. Hello, welcome to Sleepy Time RP.
Hope we get to the bloodsport first.
Sleepy Time Bloodsports.
Hey, happy patrons, go Dugu, I love you. Please give money.
If you're here by this point, you probably have already heard him say this many, many times before.
Gosh, I hope so. If this is your first time, normally I read out all the patrons, but we're all having a weird day today. But I, in particular, am specifically running a little low on sleep, and I just want to get into it. I appreciate you deeply, love and kisses, but I want to do this. I want to just jump into the.
We might just need some background music to roll ourselves up.
Yeah, sadly, I can't use it. I cannot use any thematically appropriate music. I'd love to, but I can't. Okay, so, actually, you guys technically got some EXP last time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I think we talked about this. The third session was almost like the second real session of solving this problem. So you actually did stuff. Did you spend it on anything?
I did.
Remember I did.
I did not. I'm banking it.
Okay.
Aramaa banked until she could buy up to Brawl 4, so that's 4 yellows.
That's right. That's the thing you did.
Alright, yes.
Okay, so I got... some random background. Okay, I got melee up to 2 and then astrogation 1.
Okay. Actually, did you figure out if you did get something or not?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember, because I remember I bought... We only got 10 last time, right?
I think it might have been a 15.
I'm pretty sure it was a 15. With motivation. It might have been 10 without motivation.
I think it was the session before last that was 10. Also, yes, by the way, I'm sorry for our brain and for any potential listeners if there may have been some lag. I haven't posted the last one yet.
Oh, okay, then I bought my first Disorient talent.
Okay. Is that... Do you have to do anything to do that, or is that just...
It's after any combat check, I can spend 2 advantage to disorient the target for equal to the ranks I have in this, so disorient 1.
Okay, alright. Yeah, I was wondering if that was like a direct effect, but no, it's basically...
I have 2 ranks a bit of my tree, and then I have
it basically gives you the disorient quality on everything.
Yes, and I also have Prey on the Weak, which means I eventually get Prey on the Weak, which means I can get +2 damage on disoriented targets.
It's a thing. Okay, alright. So, where we last left off, to the best of my recollection, was basically the last time you guys kind of poked all the loose ends with the smuggling thing a lot. Aramaa laid down some law after somebody got shot. We don't need to name names. It wasn't a big deal. But you kind of laid down the law and came to an understanding, and then you continue to track stuff down until you found the Shadow Port, the smuggler's hidey hole off the coast. You confiscated some things, like a rocket launcher. But otherwise, in general, we're fairly cool about that. But you kind of worked all that stuff out, and toward the end there, after doing some hardcore researching, you did actually kind of figure out, from that meeting you heard the name Red Stripe, and then from that you kind of realized more about the Red Stripe and what they do, and then where their hideout is, which is called the Iron Cage. And then you interrogated some people about the Iron Cage, on the DL, specifically about trying to get in, and you learned that there are a couple of front businesses on the top side of Mort Iridu. I'm going to center my microphone a little on me. Which one of them was called Scarlet Gloves, which is a fitness club that's supposed to be a cover for recruiting. And there's a sports ball called Arpus, owned by a merchant named Arpuvum.
Who also runs the gym.
Yeah. Which supposedly is one of several, secret speakeasy type entrances to the Iron Cage, which is a bloodsports arena.
We also found a sewer entrance, possibly.
Yeah, we found the smuggler entrance / bolt hole.
Yeah, you also tracked that. They've got basically a covered over storm sewer, basically, for lack of a better word. Yeah. They've got an excess storm sewer that to the outside looks perfectly legit, but isn't on any maps and is graded up so that you couldn't just waltz right in.
Yeah.
Okay. But I believe that's all for the recap? Question mark?
Unless you guys remember anything else you did.
Besides just how we did the things
stuff.
Yeah.
There was a decent amount of, metaphorically banging on doors, pounding pavements, asking questions. You guys did investigate some other leads, but you're not really super interested in them.
We did fight Red and then get information from there and go from there, so yeah.
Yeah. we did as well go like, oh, let's go check out this shadow. Oh wait, we already mentioned the shadow port.
Yep.
Never mind.
Which like a
In my mind,
yeah,
I'm like, oh, that's not the shadow port. That was that weird rock we went to.
we also checked out the thing in space, but
Well, checked out is a strong word.
we had someone
Yeah.
look at it.
You realized that it exists.
Yes.
You just found out it exists.
It
That's
is
about
there. In space.
And I
So
think
how do
we
you
hit
wanna
on
do
any
this?
kind of couple of days or anything, so if you need to do any straining
Oh,
or
it's
wounding,
called
I
the
think we already
Young
covered that.
Bounty. That way.
Oh. Basically, like,
We were going back to base.
yeah, because as I said, it's not going anywhere, and there's a few ways that this can be approached. One, we can try and infiltrate as a competitor in the blood sports, which is of interest to me.
Which
Or
I'm okay with.
we could just be a viewer of said sports and be like, see like how deep this fucking gambling hole goes. Or we could just sneak in. We do have a lovely access point for that.
There's
Yes.
a weird thing where we could technically do all three, but maybe we should just do two of those.
Well, it is to say that like some of them aren't like exclusive of others, but I will say that if we go in the what's the word? I don't want to say the right way because it ain't right. This is fucking illegal gambling, fucking blood sports. But if
The
we go,
attendee entrance.
yeah, if we go through the attendee entrance, like that's easy enough. We can get in and you know, we will be a known entity. They won't like all right, these are like paying customers, or that's one of them fighters.
Yeah.
If we go through the stealth, then we have to be then we're in the back automatically. And the moment we got seen, we are got, and then we have to punch everybody.
I have an idea of that.
Oh, I'm listening.
If I say we just do that, and then like if things go weird, Camo could technically just sneak around and like do more investigation, or like you're doing the fights to keep a cover up.
Well, that's the thing. Like I said, our ultimate goal isn't necessarily to completely dismantle this blood sport. It's basically
It
to
should be, but it won't be.
Yeah. Well, you say that, but if we break it down, something else is just gonna fill in. We're just gonna be in a vicious fucking cycle.
So pretty much try to regulate.
First we need to ascertain the level of damage that the blood sport is actually committing, and then basically see like how hard we have to crack down on it. Like, are they like fighting to death? Are they basically putting like their combatants like on overdoses of drugs?
Are they making forcing people to fight with like starving animals?
Yeah. You know, stuff
well,
like
I
that.
mean, for that last bit, you already know they are importing exotic animals to fight.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
So
Yeah,
like
so
we basically have to
it's
say
a
like
whole thing.
And I will tell you, I was just double checking the chart. I don't know when that would kick in, but I think technically that falls under knowing inaction. So your Jedi will start taking conflict because a unnecessary cruelty to non-sentient creatures is over 5 conflict if you did it. So yeah.
Wait, are you saying if
That would be if you choose not to intervene, I believe is the exact phrasing.
Oh no, I'm totally choosing to intervene. I'm saying that I'm not just going to break everything down and just leave another hole for something else to walk in, because by that standard, I have to come back every time and try and break it up.
And you can't do that every time.
So
Omega I just jimmed the camera really hard that doesn't exist.
what's jimming the camera?
It's from The Office. It's where you just stare into the non-existent camera. You're just like, Anyway, yeah, okay. You got a game plan.
So,
Well, you have an outline.
we have an outline.
Mission goals?
We have goals.
Something.
We have a plan written on the back of a napkin.
And then
We're working
digitized.
up towards the PowerPoint presentation.
Yes. So right now, I'm not too keen on actually doing the sneak bit because, unfortunately, Camo, you're the only one who's the good at the sneak, and while that'd be a great time for you to shine, that also means that when shit's at the fan, you may particularly be on your own.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love, if in such situations, I would like for us to be in a position where if things did happen, we'd be able to back you up. But if you're deep underground in a fucking storm, so who knows where, it might be a little hard.
It's why I think of if Camo's going to sneak around, it should be in the situation of or already have like a cover there, so we can like kind of just blend in with the crowds if need be.
I guess that's fair. Well, I guess we should probably find out, not necessarily as a participant, but let's see if we can make it as an attendee. So let's go back to base.
I
Let's.
believe we are already back to base.
Oh, we are. That's right.
Yeah.
Let's have a solid slip, and in the morning we'll hit. I forgot the bar name already.
Arpoo's.
Arpoo's. I was gonna say R2's. I'm like, no, Megan wouldn't have called that.
It's just the guy's name in a space font.
Arpoo's.
And where can you get all this space food? Spacies.
Yes. So we'll have the Jedi be in the competition.
Well, we'll see.
Pretty sure Camo and I will have to wear some kind of headgear because we're pretty recognizable if we don't.
You'll wear your disguises, to be sure. I mean, you'd be going in street clothes anyway, so.
Yep. Sadly, no Hawaiian shirts because this is serious. Oh, wait.
Just make sure to put. Yeah. Besides, like the camouflage, the disguise gear is usually like pretty.
Oh yeah,
effective
no,
anyway.
I've still got that disguise outfit you gave me.
Might need to like change some of the shirting, but you're fine.
Pretty banal. He's leaned back.
The fact that he sounded distant when he said that.
I was leaned back.
Lean
back.
But
Okay.
well,
So basically,
Yeah,
you guys are
we-
going to sieve up
Civ.
again, as is becoming increasingly frequent since you've been at this case almost a week now. I think definitely several days. Okay, all right. So, about what time do you want to head to Arpoo's?
evening.
Early afternoon.
Yeah, let's head late afternoon, I guess.
All right.
When people be wanting to have that good drink.
Okay.
I agree with this.
Same.
Well, he might be looking at hinching gifts. Just saying.
Nice.
Okay.
It isn't me this time. I put my hands up. Wait, why am I putting my hands up?
No, it is
Also,
only
it
your
is
fault.
you this time. You said it. Word
You said
association.
I did say henshin in text chat. Okay, fine. It is my fault.
Okay.
Right.
Anyway, all right. You're going.
We're going.
You're geared up. You head out.
Gonna have us a cold one.
Click. Which, yeah, basically, that's what it's like. You go out there, I think I said last time, it's kind of in the, whatchamacallit? Let me sit up a little bit. I think it's in, like, the businessy type district. You know, roughly centrally, kind of close to the docks, and also near some residences, though. So it's in a decently trafficked area. You pop over to Arpoo's. You guys just stroll inside.
Yep.
So you see it's got pretty typical sports bar layout. You know, there is an actual bar there. There's some tables. Above the bar, there are several vid screens and some other holo projectors, which are playing a combination of news and galactic sporting events. A combination of local and, you know, big name franchise stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You see in the corner, there's some virtual Pazak machines. Overall, looks like it's got a decent amount of bar space. You can probably maybe hear something grilling, probably something of the sea grilling in the back. You don't see the titular Arpoo around at first. You are in there, and you do see some signs which do seem to indicate there is some back area where they've got some private rooms. It looks like you can do the old rent a conference room, private party kind of thing. And I think when you asked the guys about how to get into the thing,
I remember there was a few like a phrase or two and such.
yeah, something like that. But it's basically that it's quote unquote in the back kind of thing. So and you can kind of see some
trapdoor.
Yeah, some directions to go back.
Yeah, well, let's follow said instructions.
Sure.
Let's
Make our way back.
All right, so you kind of casually come in. There's probably like a serving droid there, and you kind of signal. Yeah, like you said, there's probably like a special phrase, like, "Oh, I'm looking for something. We want to watch a particular event or something."
Mm-hmm.
And the server droid is basically like, "Will you be, Gosh, I don't even know.
Like a
I
friend
probably
of
don't have
Brett,
enough of a brain to figure out what the fuck the dumb code phrasing is. He asks you, do you want to buy a private room for a lot of fucking money? Or are you going in as plebs? Like, you know.
Going in as plebs.
Yeah, that's fine. He's like, right, please follow me. We will find what you need in the back. You follow the serving droid. You go back into the storage area. There's a trapdoor, as mentioned, into the wine cellar.
Wine.
Oh, and I should actually mention, you did pass a couple of other businesses on the outside of this. You did see the Scarlet Gloves. It's basically, like, right next to it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of all in the same complex. And there's another, a couple of businesses, like, I almost said furniture store, but that was the cover for the black marketplace. No, it's not that same place. That would be awkward.
That'd be a little too close.
He just sees us. It's like, oh shit, oh fuck.
There's an exotic pet store next to them. There's probably another couple of small service businesses. Maybe instead of furniture, like a cookware place or something, metalworks, something like that. Just a small string of like locally looking businesses. And you don't know how much stuff is. Oh, there's my notepad. Sorry, there's a fly or something that's checking out my screen. I'm probably going to take a $5 to swat it next time I see it. I just had to get something to smash it with. All right, but anyway, you go in, you go down the ladder.
Right.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
Okay.
Clunk, clunk.
Down we go.
What will it be? I'm watching the GIF. There it is.
Gator.
Cruising.
Gator hug.
You don't want the gator hug. That'll only get you in the death roll. You don't want it to buy you. You don't come out of the bayou. Death roll, gator. Okay. You clunk, clunk, clunk down the stairs, and basically you guys find yourself what basically looks like outside you're probably not underground, but you're entirely, like, closed off.
Mm-hmm.
It's like being in a basement, except you're pretty sure you're still above sea level, because Soho live. So, like, you actually go down quite a decent ways. I'd say probably the equivalent of almost a couple of stories on this ladder.
Jeez.
Which, by the way, it's like going down a sewer manhole. It's really dingy and tight in here. You've only got like emergency lights to light your way. So you clunk all down, you come out, and you're basically outside of. I mean, it's a cheap stadium, but you're outside of like a fucking tiny stadium underground. Basically, is what it looks like.
Oh.
Like there's
but
a decently vaulted ceiling. There's some bright ass white like surgical type spotlights, like the kind of shit you find in your dentist office. That just clinical lighting. And you see, rows of bleachers. Probably enough seating for 100-ish people. Probably more actually, because you're sure they don't, obey fire codes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Up at the very top, there are There look like there's some private boxes at the top, kind of. They're just basically balconies that are, like, curtained off. There are some display screens so that people in the cheap seats in the back can see, but you can't really see anything from back here, because the whole thing is kind of surrounded by, like, physical fencing, like some basic mesh chainmail, or chain link type stuff. Yes, they're wearing a giant chainmail skirt. It's actually a transformer. It's going to turn into a giant dude, and it's going to be a Dark Souls boss. No.
That was like 4 different things in one.
But so there's some physical meshing that kind of screens you out of your way and prevents you from just running up into there. And there's actually looks like there's some energy fencing barricades.
Oh, okay.
The last Cavis is not here anymore. He cannot stumble into one. But so you see like multiple entrances out here, kind of some meandering tunnels and stuff. You're in the Undercity. And you kind of get out. You kind of see a makeshift line. Got him. I don't know if you guys heard the smack, but the mic definitely heard the smack. Okay, all right.
I heard it.
Big smack.
Victory.
All right. So yeah, there's kind of a small line. You already hear probably some, not enough ruckus for there to be an actual fight going on right now, right? Mm-hmm. But you hear some maybe some pre-fight hubbub, maybe some low tones of an announcer, brr, kind of. Maybe they're showing some replays on the highlights on the screen. Mm-hmm. But like I said, it's definitely they've arranged it in so a way so that not only can you not physically run up, you also can't just stand outside and watch.
I see.
So they try to make you get in, which is why there's a small line, and you see a couple of big burly bouncers. There's there's a big-looking human, and there's a Duatin, which are kind of these, some of you may recognize them from, it was one of the Cantina guys in Force Awakens. They're just big tree trunks of aliens with, like, big tusky teeth.
Okay.
And he's just kind of standing in the back with his arms folded. The human is more thinner and wilier. He's got a shitty mustache. He's wearing the space equivalent of a snapback. And he's just like, tickets here, get your tickets here. But he's got a baton or shock prod on his belt so that, you don't cut in line.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, get your tickets. What's a reasonable price? Do I want to be a no? He's like, 25 credits for a seat, 100 credits for a front row. Get your tickets.
I'll go for a front row.
I'll pay front row.
I'll do front row, yeah.
Like I said, I need to see it because I want to see how fucked up this is.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
big spenders, here you go. Yeah. He's got a cheap ticket tape machine, like you'd buy at Office Max, and just tears it off, hands it to you. Tears it off, hands it to you. All right, yeah. Next up. Inside. Doesn't leave you to linger in line, just kind of chivies you along.
Yep. No, that's fine. I don't need anything.
Yeah.
And so basically, you scooch through. There's no like real gate or anything. It's just there's a small enough door space that if you tried to, like I said, blitz the line, the bouncer would just step in front of you and presumably break your face.
How if I break his first?
So as you kind of pass through, the second guy kind of like holds you up a sec. Actually, no, this would be as you step through the entrance. You see there's kind of a quote-unquote coat check. It's not really a lobby because you're just under the bleachers, but there's a staging area, as you would say, basically. There's a small crowd here. You see a couple of hawkers. Albatross! Selling snacks, toys, whatever. Drugs, whatever.
Whatever they can get away with.
You guys are equivalent enough of this. I won't, roll for it, but you definitely see a couple of local hoodlums who are definitely running a pickpocketing operation in this crowd. Off to your side, it looks like there's a little bit of I guess we'd say a bookie, a small like betting outfit, which also looks like it's got the schedule. So if you want to like look at what's coming up and choose what events you want to bet on, you can look over there. It looks like they maybe have. That's actually got like some clear transparent steel windows with slots, so you can't, decide to raid the till, basically. Looks like they've actually got a small back office there that kind of loops around behind whatever region you're in. You would guess that this kind of... So this area is roughly hexagon-shaped. I don't know if I said that before.
No, you didn't, but now
okay, so it's kind of like I've got a rough hexagonal shape. There is an actual arena in the center. A decent amount of space, maybe like medium range end to end.
Oh, okay.
Though it looks like as you kind of glance through the bleachers, and it's got some very obvious energy fencing, big humming bolts of red electricity kind of, so that you're sure if somebody gets thrown into it, it looks really cool.
Ooh.
But it's spaced out enough you can see inside easily. It looks like the floor is actually like made of some kind of like modular plating. And it looks like it maybe has a lift or something in it, in addition to having a couple of tunnels that can like lead in. So it looks like they can like surprise you by bringing stuff out of the bottom. They can do, cheap tricks like throw up some waist-high walls. Maybe they can flood it for some water or something, shit like that.
Wild.
Buzzsaws? You don't know.
Probably a little expensive there.
But it's that kind of shit,
Mm-hmm. So this is totally WWE, but bloodier.
Yeah, basically. So I mentioned the coat check thing. There's definitely a guy there being like, he's a gangster looking kind of guy, but we'll say he's an older gentleman, and he's kind of like, kind of waves you over and says, please, for the sake of everybody, please store any firearms, any blasters you may have here.
I don't have any guns on me, technically.
Yeah.
Because I know the most dangerous weapon is Aramaa and Wevuguk. Boots and not bring anything with them.
Fair enough.
Right.
I guess, they will let me keep the machete. But the price goes away. Yeah.
The best cat steel machete? Did you bring that?
I mean, it's not uncommon for people to bring the weapons.
Okay.
No, this is Star Wars. They are... honestly, like I said, it's just a gun check. They'll let you keep a knife or blade. They don't check for that, but they're like...
I was just thinking because it's, super valuable, but yeah, true.
Well, here's the thing. yes, it's valuable, but if a guy's carrying a fucking Beskad, which is a short saber, are you gonna mug him for it?
Sure.
You gonna pull out your switchblade and be like, "Give me your antique sword"?
As he proceeds to use it to cut the switchblade in half.
Yeah.
Oh,
Insert
mistakes
any
have been made.
screenshot from surviving edge weapons here.
Yeah, he's probably got like a shitty weapons scanner, which he runs over you. Is anybody trying to smuggle in a gun, or are you guys just carrying melee stuff, if anything?
I'll keep the melee stuff. I'm fine with that.
No. As I said, Boots is not bringing in any weapons.
Do you have in your current getup, do you have your boot blade, Camo?
I technically do.
Okay.
I got up with scan.
Alright, yeah, so, if they find any of your bladed weapons, they don't object, and if you're not carrying any guns, there's nothing to object
No,
to.
but
And obviously, if you openly carried any guns and wanted to just put them in a bin, they'd be fine. So you're waved through, you're in kind of the area. It looks
hold
like...
on.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Actually, no. I was about to say I might change my mind and bring the shock prod, but no, I already made my bed. I said I wouldn't bring anything.
Okay.
My bad. Please continue.
Wevu probably gets a sassy look from the other guy when he sees your electric staff. He's like, "Oh, you should see about competing." But he doesn't really go anywhere with it. He just kind of makes a casual observation because you guys look like bad motherfuckers.
Well, actually, if you miss that, I'll chime in. We can compete too. Who would we talk to for that?
Yeah.
Oh, feisty. Well, I don't know. The boss might schedule a surprise, but you probably should wait until after the course. He kind of leans around and looks around there. You probably want to talk to that guy in the office. He points to what's a good name? Say a Quarren, a squid-headed guy, is running the betting booth. It looks like.
Okay.
That's the manager. He he doesn't actually do scare quotes, but he does them with his voice. He's taking the bets. He goes backstage to talk to the boss and the fighters. We also got a place upstairs. You can't get into it from down here, but there's the Scarlet Gloves. You go talk to the manager there, or talk to Arpu.
All right.
He knows what's up.
We'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
All right, have a nice day. So as I was saying before we double checked that, there's no real assigned seating. Just you guys have front row tickets, so you guys they'll probably have a velvet rope or a chain or something, and there's another bouncer. Actually, are you guys are scoping this place out, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you guys go ahead and give me an average perception? Let's see how much you learn, or how much you don't learn. But while you guys are rolling, you kind of see that, like I said, there's no assigned seating. There's basically a bouncer kind of watching the rows in between the
Don't forget your blue skirt here. Sorry.
So if somebody with a cheap ticket tries to go up front,
the skirt is there too.
Yeah.
You think Skirt's gonna miss this shit?
No, she's having a great day.
Okay, that's just more advantage on top of my advantage.
Advantage on advantage on advantage. But yeah, basically they have a guy checking your ticket to make sure you can actually sit up front. And if you can't sit up front, usually he's probably gonna hit you and then tell you to go sit in the cheap seats in the back. Not nobody's going so far as to break any bones, but you definitely get an air of casual violence around here.
That's a demerit.
This is there are probably, if not outright blood sports, there's shock boxing, which can be pretty brutal. That's literally boxing with shock gloves, right? There's some sports that are probably at least more violent and sci-fi than we're used to, but are run professionally. This really, you don't get that feel. They've invested a decent amount into their setup, but there's not really a lot of effort to be
professional.
Yeah, this is just somebody started a fight club and then it just went places. Okay, let me look at your results. Okay, Wevuguk just got advantage, though a lot of it. Boots got a triumph.
Skirk literally negated all my fucking threat.
That's good. Aramaa got success with advantage, and Camo just gets success.
Oh, excuse me.
But a decent amount of success. So, those of you who succeed are actually scoping the place out. You get, like I said, the general outline. So, you guys realize that this is the Iron Cage is basically all of this. You're in the outer area, and then there's the inner area. The arena itself is a smaller hexagon inside this hexagon. You guys note, like I said, there's a couple of what would you say, competitor entrances, I guess, like whatever the stage doors are onto the actual arena. And there's a lift elevator to, like, surprise things coming up from the bottom. You guys notice that in addition to some of those balconies, there is those of you who succeed anyway, there is an actual, I guess what you'd say, proper skybox, which looks like a control room. Like, it's elevated, like, way up to the ceiling of this place. Looks like there's, like, a lift shaft in the back, maybe, which goes up to it. And actually has, like, transparent steel or at least some kind of clear armored material surrounding it. You can't really see into it from this angle, but you see that, like, lights are on in there, and you're guessing that's the actual, like, control room where people hit stuff, do the effects, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those of you who succeed with some advantage, you guys are scoping out, you guys spot, or triumph in this case. You guys count, there's probably, you want to say, about a dozen bouncers in here. A dozen thugs, They mind like I said, they mind in between the bleacher seatings. There's a couple of guys up front. There's a couple of guys by the betting booth, in case, to make sure nobody gets anything smart, even with the security they have. And there's another, 2 to 4 guys just wandering, just doing the security circuit. They're not really looking out for anything in particular. They're not really causing any trouble. They're just there to remind you that you're guests, and if you try any shit, there's going to be a large burly man there to hit you. And
Sorry.
like I said, you're also covered in, like, hawkers, souvenir sellers, snack sellers, everything.
Well, as long as they're not selling anything illegal. Although I'm thinking we're probably not going to do the quote-unquote bust tonight. I think we're going to see, I think I might want to grab, like, a few squaws and post them at entrances. And
You want to do a raid?
Maybe, yeah.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Well, like I said, if they were been a little bit more professional about this, maybe, Sly, but nah, this is just casual violence. This is a no.
Actually, yeah, Wevu, you got a lot of advantage. I want to say, because you don't notice details about the place. You're busy looking at the people. In general, the impression of the audience you get here is mostly a mixed bag. But honestly, a lot of your audience just looks like bored citizenry.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the bored citizenry are maybe a little too into it. I even talked about this a little out of character, but you guys get the general impression, especially if Webu communicates this to you, that you guys, and the Republic in general, right? Your kind of efforts have kind of, like, stimulated some patriotism, some enthusiasm. You've stimulated the local economy. People have a little bit more cash to burn, but they don't really have an outlet for that, right? And they haven't really done anything with that yet. Like, between Wevu and Aramaa, you guys might even spot some, like, not people you know well, but you might spot some guys who've been to militia training days in the crowd, right? Like, there's a lot of energy in this city that doesn't have anywhere to go, and the Iron Cage is definitely profiting from that, if not even exploiting it. Because, like, you see some of the, like, the stand announcements and stuff like, oh, get ready for this one, it's gonna be a blooder. Those of you in the front row are gonna be in the splash zone. Kind of shit.
Splash zone.
Poncho's available for 10 credits. Actually, no, that's too expensive. Poncho's available for 5 credits. Poncho, get your poncho here. Is literally a guy handing out, like, Dayglow orange and green ponchos.
Yeah, no. Like, because, like, here's the thing. If they were being more professional about that, yeah, but no, this is just violence for profit.
Yeah.
It's like an arena you'd see like a thing like a reader.
This
group
is
in, like,
definitely like a Borderlands quest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm okay with maybe, like, it's one of those things where I'm feeling right now was we're gonna have to raid, we're gonna have to capture everybody. Well, not everybody, but capture people, and then I'm gonna have to slap them around a bit. And it's like, all right, I'm the boss now.
So you guys are basically gonna maybe not chill, but you're gonna watch some fights.
Yeah, we're gonna watch some fights. I want to see the scope. I want to see the breadth of what they are willing to do here.
Yeah.
All right. You guys didn't really check the schedule before, but you'll see it up on the big screens occasionally. Looks like they got 4 events scheduled. They've got a 4-man free-for-all. You don't recognize the fighters' names, but they've got stage names like Bone Solvent, and and the Crush Fist, shit like that. There's gonna be a 1v1 man versus droid.
Oh, excuse me.
And our new challenger just recruited this week, completed his training. The rookie. And then there's gonna be what they're calling, the champion match. They're not talking about it, but you from what you understand, it's gonna be one man versus several droids. Yeah, that's fucking. They'll call him. He's something like Johnny Clanker Killer. Can he, win his third consecutive match? And then lastly, we have a special one, imported all the way from the mid rim. The fiendish Borek will fight. I don't know, Calamity Janet, whatever.
Janet.
They've got a sexy lady fighter who's gonna go toe to toe with a horrible beast. But it was beauty who killed the, all that cheap shit.
Cheap shit they know that will actually get a rise out of people.
Yeah, a lot of cheap heat. So let's see. Let's roll some dice arenas. Let's see how this actually. It's funnier if I roll a negative dice to decide randomly. I'll roll a
The
set
blind
die.
barrage. They're pretty good, X. I'm not gonna lie.
That's pretty good. That's a good one. Let's see how this first one goes. Blink. Okay. Your first fight, the 4-man free for all. It's a pretty standard match. You do actually see, well, actually, let's see. Here's a good point to start. So you start with kind of some initial stuff. There's an announcer up in the booth. We'll say that it's one of those two-headed aliens who was like the pod racer announcer in Phantom Menace. So he can argue with himself. Hey, what's happening? TJ and the Wombat. No, I won't steal that joke. It's a good joke. That's the vibe I'm going for, though. Like, morning radio host type shit. Are you ready for this? Before we begin, a brief word from our master of ceremonies. He's the big stripe himself, SWRPG Goldenburg. So, actually, hold on, let me see if I can find a good picture of this species. Wow, Togorian's got way more furry. It's probably Marvel Comics' fault, but this is what I think of when I see it at Togorian. So a large Togorian pops in. He's more golden color than that, though. Togorian, Tiger Man. But for the kids in the chat, this is apparently what a current canon run from a Marvel Comics book of what Togorian looks like.
Whoa.
Is that from the Vader run?
Yeah, I
think
definitely
it
put
is.
in comics for that. Holy shit.
I remember the thing being like, there's like Togorian.
No,
siblings
actually,
and, like, a Vader thing.
Dooku Jedi Lost and Thrawn comics.
Oh, okay.
Still, same. This is recent shit because it's canon. I'm like, that doesn't look like a tiger who walks anymore.
Yeah.
It looks like more like a crossbreed between a tiger and a human.
Someone's been watching that anime.
But yeah, so no, a big tiger man walks out. He's a large lad, solid at least 2 meters tall, probably some extra, clanking around. You can see his claws. Bare chested, but wearing a big coat, a heavy coat, heavy pants. He's got a big belt.
Oh.
Like some the champ type shit. Like, yeah.
Oh. I want that belt.
Which has it, and you don't know if that's where the red stripe part comes in, but the actual like belt strand is red.
Okay.
But it's got a big champ type buckle on it, and he just kind of steps out into the arena out of one of the doors and just kind of does the raise the noise kind of thing. Crowd's like, yeah. And he has a little like. Actually, he's got like a little floating audio amp droid, because that's more Star Wars, more funny. And he just kind of talks. He's just like, good to see everybody here. I see some new faces in the crowd. If this is your first time, welcome to the Iron Cage. This is the voice I'm looking for.
I don't think I ever want to hear Omega roar at me.
No. Omega would be Gao.
Ow.
This guy is not Gao.
Weirdly,
He's
I
just
feel like Edison
lion
in Star
puns.
Wars.
It's just like, tonight it's a little light, but we got a good matchup for you. First, you're gonna see 4 men go to the pain! To the pain! To the pain! Some people know what this means. The rules for our first free for all. No items. Fox only. No.
I was thinking a different direction, but okay.
It's when I said free for all.
Yeah.
And he's like, the rules are simple. Armed only with their fists, our 4 competitors will fight until only 1 man can fight anymore. Or women, no judgment in the iron cage. Whoever can keep fighting the longest wins the pot. And I've got it right up there. He points to the ceiling. You see like a transparent steel crate filled with cred coins. Showmanship stuff. Yep. And they get to walk away with all that shiny coin. And after that, let me tell you what, brother. I'm doing like all my wrestling voices right now.
Just swerve.
Just
all my wrestling voices. Luckily, you can tell when Omega's speaking because he stops doing the stupid voice.
Shift into 3rd gear.
I gotta start drifting my voice. He's like, we got a newcomer, a rookie. He's gonna fight one of my personal favorite mean machines. This will be a weapons fight. Armed with only a vibro sword, can he defeat the Maul Machine? And then our champ, the Clanker Killer, is gonna take on a squad of the finest murder machines you could ever buy, because they were built by the Separatist Alliance and scrapped. The crowd goes absolutely apeshit. And can our fine Republican lad stand up to the boys in white and take out these terrifying technological devices? Stay tuned. And then, I've got a special one for you. Rob his band.
I'm actually kind of hyped. I actually kind of want to see it.
Sorry, that's the thing Loth said in chat as I was scrolling up.
I
found an astonishing armored killing machine, Boarheck. It's got 6 limbs to crush and grasp. Will our competitor survive? The final bout will be to the death. 2 creatures enter. Only 1 can leave. It'll be a no-holds-barred. This one will even allow blasters, if it can even penetrate the Boarheck's formidable armor. Yeah, woo, yeah! Armor! And with that, let's begin! Lights go out. The guy just, vanishes as a smoke machine kicks in. Do you guys want to pay attention where the boss goes?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Go ahead and... Does this guy have any stealth? Not that I think he's technically sneaky, I'm just wondering. Let's call this a hard perception check. Normal, those of you who do not get any kind of light-canceling powers should add a black die.
Alright.
Okay, hold on. Let me add that to black die then.
Circus children with us.
So get a boost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just remember your boost instead of skirk rolling solo. Honestly, you guys should probably take 2 dice because you're sitting on these fucking bleachers.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
so
I got
2 dice.
By the way, I do want to say, not comfortable seating. Like, you guys are up front.
Okay.
You're like
now I
elevated
guess,
slightly. There's
Okay.
a little bit of a gapperino.
That should have been a B. No,
Any extra dice I rolled canceled each other out, so don't worry.
One success.
One success.
So, you got like, there's like, maybe like a meter gap between you and the wall. And you're raised up probably about a meter in the air. But it's fucking, well, actually, I don't know if everybody's seen a high school bleacher, but yeah, it's high school bleachers. They're like corrugated aluminum or steel, whatever. They've got holes in them so they breathe. They are not a comfortable seat. There is no padding. There is, like I said, they're not even like seats really. There's just how many people can we cram into a row. You guys probably look like tough customers, so nobody really tries to crowd you. But if you want to have a private conversation, that might be a problem.
Okay.
You should probably wait until it's really fucking loud, because people are up on yous. Wevu in particular probably and Skirk actually, because she's also a large lady, probably act as good barriers because nobody really wants to push the giant space otter lady or the scary lizard woman. Like nobody wants to start something.
Right.
But yeah, so he kind of poofs into the smoke. Let's see. So Loth got like just one success, right? That's how that worked out.
Literally just one success.
Yeah, okay. Your stuff was nothings. Yeah, there it is. The bleachers. Probably a little higher up off the ground than that, but yeah, that's all adjustable. They want to make sure you got good clearance so you can see in.
1 and 1, then 1 and 2.
Wevu rolled really well.
I got 1 and 6 because it's like a.
Yeah, you got a decent on the advantage. Okay. You guys probably would find out some stuff you'd already seen with your eyes, but probably shared. But you notice some small details. I will say, hold on, that'll be funny. Let's randomly roll how much. I'm definitely gonna say Camo because you rolled a lot of advantage. You're scoping out the scene, taking in everything. You happen to look up and scope out the safe at the top. Ooh, wow. Okay, I rolled big on that. You would guess that if the cred coin denominations are all the same, which they might not be, you don't know. You think that's about 10K up in that vault that's going to come pouring down onto somebody?
Yeah, that's worth fighting for some people. Yeah.
No, so it seems like there's some decent money. I rolled a d10 and got a 10, so it was big.
Big pot.
Yeah. So Aramaa, you have a weird time because you don't. The energy fence, the smoke, none of that obscuration actually bothers you, right? So, nor the fact that he killed the lights. So you can see that this guy perfectly. He actually seems like he heads back into there, and you think you can see or maybe hear him go into like a side panel and go up the lift. So he's sitting in the skybox, watching the things go down like a good MC. But I'm gonna say, let's turn that into 2 strain. You're in a huge crowd of people, and it's a little rough in here. Like it smells like old blood, sweat, probably some other bodily fluids. It smells like literal spice.
This is not a place of good energy.
No, this is not a great place. This isn't quite like Dark Nexus of the Force or anything, but there's some bad juju in the air, and because you perceive everything with your Force eyes, it's a little off-putting. Because, like I said, there's no convenient shadows to hide stuff in. It's just the Force is like, hey, girl, it sucks in here. It's gross. You need a shower after this.
Welcome to the Negadome.
Whereas, Wevu, with your keen senses, you and everybody else who straight up succeeds, which I think actually was everybody, that's right. Because even Boots got 1 straight success. Do track this guy into the lift, basically. He goes up into the skybox so he can scope out some stuff. And then we get the fights. So I'll blow through this really quick, because we've already been going for an hour. It's been a good hour, but we've been going for a little bit. So, the first fight is what they call in the rules to the pain, but it's basically the to the contest point. 4 dudes, 4 real humans or other aliens go in. They're barefisted. They're wearing like minimal protection gear, and they do actually like throw up some chest high walls to like break it up. Give some space, give some tactical motion. But yeah, it's just a straight slug up, and I already rolled for this earlier. It goes pretty okay. There's no like ultra violence. It's just imagine a 4-way like MMA style fight, only nobody's wearing pads. Like there's some blood. You're pretty sure there's some teeth. Like a tooth definitely flies out and catches the energy fence and like the crowd eats it up. At the end, there's a victor.
I'm actually gonna lean over to Boots. It's like, Boots, you know the sign to drug use, right?
I can. Well, it'll be a bit difficult from this angle and how far away, but I can probably give it a shot.
It's a good one. All right. You want to do some diagnosis?
Yeah.
See if these guys are on or at least exhibiting any symptoms of drug use, because we did see there was a lot of shipment of combat drugs.
All right, go ahead and give me I'm going to call this an average medicine check, because this is pretty standard stuff. I'm going to add a black die, though, because of your physical distance. You're, doing a diagnosis from across the room.
A singular success again.
You're not sure, what? But I will say, definitely some of these guys, at the very least, they look like they're probably, took some, maybe not illegal, but some over-the-counter painkillers before they did this, because they fight harder and longer than you think normal people would, even for a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And the winner, the bulldozer, definitely, by the way his, veins are stressed out, is if he's not on something like Gunjack right now, he's been hitting the steroids. But yeah, a guy named the Bulldozer wins with a stunning headbutt on his opponent, who is called the Goon.
The Goon.
I have a random roller now. Just wins him with a full blown headbutt. You're pretty sure the Goon's nose is broken. He just goes onto the floor, flops down. Cred coins pour onto him, and he just scoops it all up. Goldenberg comes down, shakes his hand. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, blah, blah, blah. Crowd goes wild. The three, mostly unconscious, at least one of them just, took a couple punches to the head and sat down and just was like, nah, I'm good. And kind of, they appear to be, you wouldn't know if you'd call them medics, but there's a couple of guys in, they look like thugs, but they're wearing, basically space scrubs.
Mm-hmm.
And are carrying, a med kit, and probably, stabilize, bundle up, and just cart off on stretchers Bulldozer's the champ. He can walk out, but, they make sure everybody else can come out. They get, the one guy who's not unconscious back on his feet, and, make sure he can walk off, and they go back into the entrance they came from, into the back, where presumably there's some kind of locker room, hopefully infirmary.
I actually think of Purgatory. You guys remember that place?
Which one?
Purgatory?
That's a very common name.
Yakuza.
Oh, yeah.
I've never.
I know what he's talking about, but again, Axe, maybe you can reference that people don't understand.
Oh yeah, sorry. I think I'm thinking exactly of that kind of place, but just wait.
No.
Honestly, I said this before. There's a shitload of crappy fight clubs. This is like.
Yeah, no. But yeah, Purgatory totally fits.
Open bar with different rounds and open weapon usage.
Yeah.
And,
Thinking of something.
flaming
I'm
balls.
thinking of something more violent than the arena in Knights of the Republic 1.
Yeah, especially on non-Republic worlds, arena fighting is probably not that uncommon. This is just definitely very, down and dirty.
Underground.
Yeah. So the second match is, they got a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
He's carrying a Vibro Greatsword, which is clearly too big for him.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
And he's facing off against, what Goldenberg introduced as his Mauler machine. Looks a little bit like some of those assassin droids you tangled with, but maybe repurposed. It's not carrying, heavy weapons, but it's got, built-in shock prods, studded knuckles, big stompy feet kind of stuff. It's a punching machine. Let's see how well that goes. Ooh. Rolled a threat on my rando die.
Oh, no.
Yeah, this one is a lot more of a spectacle. This guy's clearly, just like they said, he's been training for about a week. Possibly hitting the steroids, because he hefts the blade pretty good, but there's just no artistry. The droid is clearly programmed with, while not necessarily a lethal fighting pattern, it is not a training program. This is a real fight. The rookie takes some hits, some pop to the face, and at one point the thing clips him with some of its giant clampy hands, and he definitely loses a finger. A pinky comes off. But he fights through the pain and, does the big finish, cleaves the droid in twain, sparks go everywhere, the crowd goes wild. There's no, big pot pour down, but, there's some shaking, medics come out, somebody remember. They half walk off before one of them remembers and runs back to get the finger, and they go to the back.
I had a feeling.
It's that one's definitely a little more gruesome than the last. And so you get to the third fight, where you guys might have some thoughts about this one. So, the champ, the Clanker Killer, enters from the bottom. He comes up the lift, dressed in not really safety gear, but proper fighting type equipment. He's got padded clothing, arm guards, shin guards, got some sturdy gloves with knuckle protection kind of stuff. wearing some good shoes kind of thing, like looking like a professional. Obviously done some work customizing. He's got a single-edge vibro sword, done some practice on it, make sure it works. So he comes up the lift. There's some grandstanding, and then the lights go down low, and they open up the doors, all 4 doors into the arena, and you guys just hear clank, 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 clank. And then the lights come up, and there are what look to be about 5, obviously refurbished and repainted, but still wielding their electrostaffs, 5 Magna Guards.
Oh shit!
Oh damn!
Like they've been removed all rank markings. They're not carrying their like cloaks or anything. Which this isn't that uncommon. You guys actually do something similar where you'll like the Republic takes like scrapped battle droids and like paints them white as training dummies.
Mm-hmm.
But like clearly these have been scavenged from somewhere and like repurposed. No, I won't make you guys roll a check for it. It's a little hard to tell, but you get the impression that some of the reasons why some of them may have been scrapped is definitely because of you guys. Like, one of them definitely has what looks like a lightsaber cut in his shoulder or something, right?
Are these the fucking Magna Guards from the fucking station?
I was thinking from like the submarine. Like what?
You fought a couple on the submarine, and you fought another handful, I believe, with the... were around the... Maybe you didn't fight them, but they were around the other tactical droid. Actually, that was the same tactical droid.
The command post?
Yeah, in the command post. I think he had someone this time you guys came back, but that was a mass combat. Like, you've fought a few. And definitely, like I said, like some of these guys look like they've got some lightsaber scoring. Or, like one of them's got a big scar over his face, which might be about the size of Camo's Beskad. If they recognize you, they don't show it, which is good. They've probably been completely wiped. But yeah, so let's see how this fight's gonna go. Ooh, another threat. So yeah, the Clanker Killer wins, but man, this is a pitched fight. You guys probably aren't sure if you could take on 5 Magna Guards solo. Like, and to be fair, as you're watching them fight, you can tell the refurbishment hasn't been kind. These are not factory fresh Magna Guards anymore. Like, some of them look like they've got some very stiff movements. Whether that's, bad reprogramming or just some of them have hardware damage that's not been fully fixed because these guys aren't droid manufacturers or whatever. They're like I said, I want to make perfectly clear, no roll required. These are definitely scavenged droids. So you Aramaa doesn't have to like nuke the place because it's buying separatist droids or something. You guys just may have questions about where they got their salvage from. Also, I will say, you guys also know this because you fought them. They're clearly got their electrostaffs in stun mode. Like, the Clanker Killer takes a couple like direct torso shots and doesn't die.
Yeah.
Because when you set the electrostaff to lethal, they buzz pretty good. Like they can really cook your goose.
About through you.
So they're softballing a little bit for the spectacle, but it's still a tough one fight, and it ends with one of them bisected and like Terminator crawling, grabs him by the ankle. You hear a crunch. The Clanker Killer just goes and just falls on it with his sword and stabs it for the victory. But it's another big boy bloody fight.
Okay.
Actually, at one point, one of the Magna Guards probably arms from mid, upper arm up to the hand, just flies out of the arena and lands, kind of at your guys' feet in the no man's land.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys don't do anything, probably 4 or 5 people are going to jump forward to get a souvenir.
Oh, I just can't put his foot on top of it to push it closer to him.
All right, fair enough. I will make you roll for it. You get a souvenir. It's very familiar. Have you been punched by this hand before? I'm kidding. I don't believe Magna Guards have ever punched any of you.
No.
Swatted with a staff, probably, yes.
But so that's that's kind of the big title card event, and then the last one is more of a tension getter. So for this one, actually, let me pull up an image. So in this one, the fighter, whatever. Oh, let me get a good lady name. Yeah, something like the Velvet Hunter, whatever. She enters from the back. And like I said, this much like we had with Clanker Killer, this is actually Honestly, her gear's a lot like Skirk's. Like, got some lightweight mobile clothing, but clearly some padding. Got some trophies and stuff stuck to it. Got a big, vibro knife in her belt, and is actually carrying like a short blaster carbine. Maybe got some other tools on her. And they do actually they morph the field again and pop up some chest high walls and stuff. Set up some grates. And through the bottom elevator, they lift up one of these things. So this is a boarheck.
Well, damn.
Okay.
And if you want a scale, that would be Silhouette 2.
Oh, that big.
Yeah, no. This is the size of like a smart car.
So it's like a giant beetle bear.
Yeah, that's a good description for the people at home.
How high is this energy fence again?
Probably a couple meters tall. Like this thing could like stand taller than it, but could not reach over it.
Okay. How hard would it be for someone to throw me over it?
Honestly, not that hard if they gave you a boost.
Right.
I just want to say, if it looks like that this thing is going to kill the Velvet Hunter, I will intervene.
Fair enough. Well, let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
Ooh. Well, you might have to. I rolled the first failure of the fight. So it starts. Velvet Hunter, clearly good. Probably a local hunter. Does tactical movement, takes cover, takes pot shots, actually has some like snare wires and stuff. But the boarheck is just like Axe said, it's imagine a grizzly bear, but it's an armored beetle. And it's a big boy. Very fast with those extra limbs, right? Very fast, very speedy, hard armored carapace. She pops some shots at long range, and the thing just ducks so that its like top armor comes down. And actually, the bolts bounce up, and kind of out and around. There's some gasps from the crowd. Nothing comes close to hitting anybody because of the angle, but it's still like, some ricochet. And you don't know, maybe she's operating on like low power, so as to not do anything, but that's really meaning she doesn't have the punch. And it turns into and at one point it just charges and just clobbers one of these permacrete barricades. Chips go flying up into the crowd. Oddly, people don't seem like frightened. They're just into the spectacle, like, yeah, woo! Except for one guy gets some dust in his eye. And they get into a close melee, and this thing she pulls out her knife, she gets it kind of in one of the wounds, and kind of catches in its shoulder, gives it a little wound, but it just body checks her with an arm, and she goes tumbling, and does not get up. And you said you wanted to intervene, so...
Yeah. So when I see that she's not gonna move, I'm gonna turn to everyone and just say, launch me over.
Yeah, well,
toss me.
They'll launch.
All right. Wevuguk said she'd be going first, so she should probably make an. Ooh, how do we want to do this? All right. We'll do it this way. You're still 1.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the distance is pretty simple. So we'll call it an easy athletics check with Aramaa's assistance.
Okay. Let's see. Let's double check what my athletics was. Oh yeah, it's that. Average.
Yeah. No, easy actually. Easy. To just alley-oop her in.
I think I got all full right. Should I actually use my force bonus?
Aramaa, you should probably go ahead and roll cool.
I shall roll me some cool.
I'm just thinking about the.
Because basically, as you turn and spin and go toss me, you hear the announcer go like, "Is this the end of the Velvet Hunter?
Oh damn! Double
Velvet
triumph.
Huntress?
Okay,
Will
I'm
she
not
be over?
any of those.
Why don't you? Because that green die turned out blank. Why don't you turn that into a yellow die? Because you got a double triumph, where you got a double triumph applied to you. Lucky.
Oh Jesus!
So I was gonna actually make you make a check to resist falling, but I won't. Because triumph, and then the other one I'll give you an upgrade on your initiative.
Oh, geez.
It's a good upgrade. That's 3 success, 2 advantage, and 1 triumph. All right, I'll roll for this guy. What's your vigilance? You got 2, buddy? 2 little buddy?
Oh, him?
Yeah, him. I'm looking at him. He's got a 2 vigilance, and 2 willpower, so that's 2 yellows. But yeah, basically the guy's like, is this the end of the Velvet Huntress? The boarheck stalks her position. Can she get it up? Oh my god! Someone's coming in from outside the ring!
So
this is not regulation.
Flying in from the ring. This is against the
Aramaa,
rules.
you do a perfect superhero 3-point landing.
Into its back.
Wow, it rolled a triumph, but that's still only 2 successes, 1 advantage from it. So you go first. Let me just. What's the damage on a vibro knife? +1 or +2?
I want to. I don't know. I want to say +2 because it's vibro, but
That might just be the crit rating.
yeah. Let me pull up weapon.
Because I will stack him with a little bit of wounds to start with, because he hasn't been in a fight.
Right.
He's been like shot like once or twice and like stabbed once.
Well, the shot
shots
really didn't work out.
Oh, yeah, but at least been stabbed once or twice.
Right.
Vibro.
Right.
That's a
I
vibro
wonder how
range.
much
Vibro knucklers.
I
Vibro
can
axe.
get
Or not
money
just
to
plus-
pour
plus-
into bets on this. Or if people would.
You
start
can
on
definitely,
random
like,
income.
immediately, you probably hear a couple of people, like, kind of start chatting back. There might even be some data pads or comm boards where you can call back to the office to make bets. People are definitely starting a betting round on, like, it starts with, like, somebody being like, 50 credits on the new chick!
Okay, well, Limu's cry out 2,000 credits.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, I was gonna do 200 because I feel like, damn.
You probably catch a little bit of attention being a big spender, but you also threw her in, so obviously you're confident. I will say, what's a good? I'll do another D10 to figure out what your odds are, because Armaa's obviously unarmed. So currently, when they take the bets, they're considering 5 to 1. That's good odds. So if Aramaa wins, you're going to get paid back 5 times what you bet.
Jesus.
I want to bet 1,000.
They really think you're going to fucking die.
I
Or at
might.
least the house does. All right.
I'll
Okay.
bet 1,000 then.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, it's my go. So
Well, yeah,
we're
I
gonna
wanted
do-
to double check. Did we figure out that thing about vibros?
Yes, it was +1.
Okay, it is +1. Okay, we'll just.
Can I pierce on it?
It does have pierce. That probably counts. But we'll just give him a few. Give him
Yeah,
a couple
pierce
of
do
wounds
that.
to start.
I'm gonna need it. So is it suffice to say that it could be dramatic enough that I landed majestically between the fucking beetle
Sure,
bear?
yeah. Wevuguk got a double triumph and like 3 successes to throw you. No, you are a ballet in the air. I will say you can start at short range because you're actually scooched a bit in the middle of the arena.
Well, okay. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm right now. Starting this off. I'm committing 1 force point to sense.
Solid move.
because I feel like I'm gonna need as much dodge as humanly possible.
Yes.
But
You activate your spider sense. It doesn't stop going off.
and 1 maneuver, I'm going to step the fuck in.
All right.
Second maneuver, I'm going to aim. Let me take these triangles.
And now you're going to go for big punch.
And I'm gonna go for big punch.
All right. This guy has adversary 1 and 2 defense because it's fucking armored.
It's fucking armored. Alright, so...
It's like fighting a grizzly bear, but even fucking worse.
Only 3 force dice, because 1 is committed. But still, I have 4 yellow now.
What?
How much
Is it only? Oh, because one's already committed. Yeah, right.
I mean, like, this is good damage to start with, but I'm thinking, do I want to start... No.
Like,
It's not desperate.
Honestly, yeah, I'm about to say, like, normally we talked about this, like, taking conflict for, like, unnecessary harm. You are not doing that right now. Like, you are like, okay, maybe this, bloodsport's really fucked up, but this rampaging animal is also going to kill this lady if I don't do something. So, like, we don't need to worry about that aspect of it. So, you don't have to start going dark if you don't want to.
Yeah, no. Right now, no, I think it'll fine. So, that will be... Brain. 11 points of damage, pierce 3.
11 points of damage, pierce 3. And you do not wish to modify that in any way yet.
Not yet, no. Like I said, I want...
So that means that reduces it by... Oh, sorry, gotta do math. Alright. You do about as much damage as she did with that vibroblade. Damn it. So you actually get a few wounds in.
I need to hit harder.
Yes. By the way, it does still have the knife stuck in it. Not that you're any better at that, but just heads up. So you give him your fullest 1-inch punch right to the torso. Bonk. And it is definitely like punching plate steel. But also, you're a fucking Final Fantasy monk, so, you actually do damage. Like, the thing actually, like, it wasn't like full-blown charging, but it was scooching towards you and, like, like going in for maybe like a swipe or something, you just slam it full in the chest with your hand, and it actually like rocks back on its back couple legs, and it's like brr. And that's your turn.
Mhm.
It is his go. We'll just go with a clawed hand attack.
Dodge.
You're dodging. Okay, keep track of your
Yep.
strain. Okay.
That is 3 upgrades, by the way.
So
Total. I mean,
how much do you have for this? Yes. Okay. So that's a good choice. As I rack up 4 yellows and 1 green. So normally this would be perp, but you upgrade it 3 times, so it's pup.
and 2 defense.
2 defense, and then he gets a boost die for multiple limbs.
Wow.
That's actually pretty good. Okay, so you will take 9 damage before soak, no pierce.
4. That's 6.
He slaps about as hard as a pistol shot.
Mm-hmm.
I could crit, but I could activate Ensnare. That would just stop you from taking maneuvers.
I will not defend. I will take 3 wounds.
No, I think that'll be more interesting. So, we'll do Ensnare. As it comes at you with, like, two of its front limbs on the same side, like, it gets a claw in. One of it doesn't claw as you kind of, like, turtle up a little and just gets one of its lower hands, like, entangled with your legs. So you are ensnared for 1 round, until the end of your next turn, basically.
Okay, so that means no maneuvers, correct?
Yep. That is what being immobilized does.
Yeah.
Alright.
And that's him, because he won't move away from you.
Alright, well, I believe that is my turn again. I cannot move or maneuver, so all I can do is continue to punch. This time, let me double check for Destiny Pool. We have a lot of light. I will flip 1.
Yeah.
And then this will let me punch on even terms. And then
That's a scary thing. This guy's 4 brawl, 5 brawn.
Mhm.
And he's a giant fucking bugman monster. You spend a destiny point and you punch as hard as he does. It's great. Maybe not literally as hard, because he's got the equivalent. Well, I mean, he's got like a +1 weapon, basically. So maybe, I don't know. It's a pretty even fight, though, which is a little freaky.
Right,
By the way, what are the rest of you doing as this goes on, other than just placing your bets? Like, you just gonna kind of stand there?
Who's just quietly watching, but ready at any point to just be like, Camo, throw me in as well. Or vice versa.
Wevuguk is watching the crowd for anything in particular, for anyone that might be like, this is not allowed.
It looks like a decent chunk of the bouncers will resolve your check in a minute, Lucky.
Okay.
It looks like a decent chunk of the bouncers scooch forward to kind of like come to the sidelines, but the general atmosphere, like you hear the announcer go like, "Oh my God, she's fighting the Borhek barehanded, and it looks like she's blind."
Okay.
This is an unexpected turn of events, folk. Get your bets in now. Like they're just rolling with it.
This is
again,
actually more
no
exciting,
standards.
actually. It's more exciting than someone getting mauled.
So, Luxter.
I think Camo was just like thinking, like, if I want to get in the ring, I'd have to like get high enough to then do a leap or use the fucking rope to like swing over.
Yeah, you'd
Like,
either need
like
a booster,
plotting,
you'd have to
like,
like get a running start from the bleachers. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm like plotting out a course.
Aramaa.
Alright, so I'm thinking right now, because I got 4 light. My check is 1 failure, 6 advantage, 1 triumph, but 4 light, 2 dark. So I can do some interesting things here. I'm just trying to figure out what exactly.
Actually, I should. This guy's a nemesis. I should actually have asked you. Did you mean to do strain damage or wound damage before?
I'm gonna say wound.
Okay, but keep it in mind. I believe you're unarmed, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can choose.
Like I said, this thing was honestly putting it down might be the fucking mercy. Fuck. Sorry, I have to think because there's a lot of numbers on my roll here, and I have to decide what I want to do exactly. So
You already have a bunch of maps, so.
I do have a bunch of. Well, I do know what I'm gonna do. So, I will spend all my light points on success. That'll bring me up to 3, success. So that damage will be, 11 pierce 3. I will be spending my triumph to crit.
Okay.
And then spending 2 to pick my crit.
2 strain to pick a crit. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So let me resolve successes first. That damage. That was 11 pierce 1 again, or pierce 3. Sorry.
Yes.
It was 11 pierce 3 again.
Yes.
Okay.
then I need to actually pull up my goddamn holocron because I need the paper.
You do another couple of wounds?
Oh, I don't want to start being cheap. I'm not dying yet, so... wait, Fox. There's Fox. I was like, where the fuck is my PDF reader? Rolling! Don't you beat boop at me. Ah, here we go. Oof. Yeah. So for my first one, it's an average crit compromised. It's the 86 to 90. It's increased the difficulty of all skill checks by 1 until the end of the encounter.
All right. So you go for a surgical knife hand strike to the side of its armored neck, and just you get it right in a nerve or a vein or something back there. Just pow.
But I'm going to use all 6 of that advantage to heal strain.
All right, fair enough.
So I'm going down from 7 strain back to 1 strain.
You are a leaf on the wind as you just execute, like I said, a perfect side chop knife hand. Pow! The thing's kind of eye kind of whirls almost like. He took a crit, so he's a little annoyed. He's gonna give you the horn.
Ooh.
It's gonna duck its head and just do a full body check at you.
I will dodge. So this will be a total of 4 upgrades.
Okay.
I'm trying to stack. I'm stacking debuffs.
All right, so this would be perp normally because the increased difficulty, and then it goes all the way to 4 upgrades. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, compromise increases the difficulties.
Increases the difficulty. That's not an upgrade.
Oh, increases the difficulty. Excuse me.
That still means it's 3 red. Like I said, I did that math already. I was just double checking.
Okay.
And let me know if you ever want to pop sense. Also.
This is popping sense.
Oh, okay. You're not dodging. You're popping sense.
No, I'm doing both.
Oh, all right. Okay.
I'm sorry. I wasn't clear about that.
Yeah,
No, you just said dodge.
Okay.
2 defense.
2 defense, yes.
Okay. And he gets his boost die. Still doing okay, but not as much advantage, which is good, because this is a rough one. Okay. So he leans down and goes for just a big, full body check horn strike. That will be 13 damage before soak. Pierce 3.
I'm not wearing my good shit, so I will parry.
Okay, solid.
Let me see here. Let me double check my parry rating. Improve that parry 3. I mean that can reduce it by 5. You said it's Pierce 3, right?
Yep.
So I can negate 8. So that's... Out of 13, that still leaves me with 5?
Sounds about right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you throw your body to the side, but this thing is just a tiny truck, and the tip of its horns and spines kind of scooch across your relatively unarmored midriff. You take some artful scratching on your back as you kind of roll out of the hit as it displaces itself and scooches around you. It's got 1 advantage. It could heal strain, but it's a heavy strain, so it will take a boost die on its next action as it kind of wheels around on you immediately, clunk clunk, kind of scooching and scraping across the floor.
Okay. Well, my turn. Are we still engaged?
Yeah, it does not actually move away from you. It just kind of, like I said, wheels around you, basically.
And the ensnare is done, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, then, since I don't have to move, and I need to start putting points into this, I will take a double aim action for 2 strain. And because the Destiny Pool is still nice and fat, I will flip another one. And with that, we are going to go, Whoops, I need to put a roll in there. Do not forget that.
Very important.
Bubba, sussa, fa. Big checks.
Oh yeah, what was the snare rating of that claw attack?
Another triumph? What is my strain?
Started with successes.
I'm only at 5 strain though. I need to put points of the damage. So, I'll be dropping all my light points into success. So the end result will be 5 success, 1 advantage, 1 triumph. With that'll be 5. That'll be 13 damage. Pierce 3. Okay.
Hit it back as hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, yeah. No, I literally just hit it back as a fucking small truck. That's kind of scary.
Martial arts are crazy. You're actually concentrating all your force into a much smaller space.
Yeah. But I will be using my triumph to crit again, and spending 2 strain to pick.
Okay.
And the crit I will be picking will be Agonizing Wound. Increase the difficulty of all brawn and agility checks by 1 until the end of the encounter.
So 2 upgrades now.
Yeah, 2 up.
Increase.
Well, 2 increases,
Okay.
two increases, 3 upgrades.
Which is still pretty good. You're building quite a difficulty pool here for it.
That's the point.
As you spin on your heel and just, turn all the momentum it just hit you with and just drive a fist again into the side of its head. Quack! Crack!
Barehanded bullfighting.
Well, I have my crush gaunts, but I'll use my 1 advantage to heal 1 strain.
And just crank. You actually crack one of the armor plates kind of in its shoulder area. Yeah, sure. Let's see. Let's go for... Let's do the horn thing again. Horn's kind of a big deal. But you did crit it again. I think it's still mad.
Oh,
So
mad.
it'll duck its head and try to bull rush you again, even though it looks like its stride's getting a little fucked up.
Alright. So yeah, so that's 2 increases, 3 upgrades. Because I'll be using Sense and Dodge. Because I don't want this thing to hit me solidly.
That is very, very valid.
Ooh, there it is.
Ooh, and this is where it turns.
Well, I can't
Hey.
fucking cross counter it because it actually has to hit me to do that.
Yeah, you cannot parry.
Oh.
You can do other stuff though, like upgrade your next check. Actually, wait, hold on.
Actually, what kind of environment would this count for, like, different tables?
It's basic.
Okay.
Yeah, at best it's urban. Like there's
Okay.
some chest high walls and stuff, but there's not a lot of like tactical advantage. Like there's no shafts or windows or anything to like get through. It's a fighting arena.
Mhm.
You roll more boost die. I actually forgot he got one for his advantage. He was nothing. Okay. So this time he whiffs. The wound is definitely causing it some problems. It does get 5 advantaginos though. Can I spend that in a meaningful way? Yeah, I'll spend. We'll go for. Yeah, I'll do 3 and 1. We'll give him +1 melee defense, and we'll give you a black die. So it doesn't hit you. It's a lot slower this time, but it's still a very large lad, kind of like circling you in close quarters. So you're kind of having to like dance around and you get on your back foot as it kind of presents its highly armored flank to you as it wheels around again. What do you want to do with that despair?
Yeah, that active character suffers 1 strain. Active character loses benefit of a prior maneuver. 1 free maneuver adds a blue to target character's next check. And active. Let's just go. Fuck it. Let's just go with the classic. Active character falls prone.
All right, so it kind of slips and slides. Scrunk, clang. Scrapes across the ground a little bit.
So, and if I remember correctly, it's increased its defense by 1 and add a black, right?
Yeah.
Right, that
But,
means
but
I'm
when
at-
you melee attack somebody who's prone, you get a boost.
Okay. Check our
Oh my
destiny board.
god, it's incredible. She's still alive.
We're at
In all my
3.
years, I have never seen it.
I
My
think,
God, he's broken in half.
I think it'll be time to be a little bit more sparing with Destiny Pool now. But, yeah, so, motherfucking, well, I'm gonna have to double aim again. Double aim. I find my center. I line up my fist.
And you got a good angle, because it's on its
Yes.
prone. So you add 2 black technically to this extra for
Action.
its increased
Action.
defense, and then the fact that it just, like I said, put you on a bad foot, but you get a boost die because it's prone.
So, blue, but S. Oh, only 4 S's, but still. Big checks. Wow. Well, actually, is there any other... Oh.
Well, I mean, I know you're saving your strain, but I'm kind of surprised you haven't called out Martial Grace yet.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing. It's like I wanted the fight to go for a bit, so you can like pull off any like interesting things that you might want to. That's why I haven't like been pulling out like overwhelmed and stuff, or like staggering it. But I think at this point it's time to.
I mean,
cut
you
loose.
keep giving him the crits. You're making him pretty mad. It's a little bit of a dangerous dust up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I'll split it. Since my check is 3 success, 1 advantage, 3 light, I'll split it into 5 success, 2 advantage, and I will be critting once again.
So 5. Was that the same as you got last time? 5. It was. So that'll be
5,
another.
yeah, that'd be 13 pierce 3. And I will spend another 2 strain to activate Martial Grace, so that will add another 2 damage, so it will be 15 pierce 3.
All right, so it goes from 4 to 6. You're quite a ways over half his wound threshold.
And I will, for my crit, I will, for my crit, I will activate Overwhelmed.
Oh my god, she's launching a barrage of attacks. One after another.
So here we go again. Okay.
Just to ask, one setback is because it's prone?
No, I get a boost because of it. It has a setback because it increased its melee defense by 1 and gave me a black.
Oh, okay.
And Overwhelmed is you do it with the exact same pool.
Okay, because I wasn't sure about one of the setback dice.
Yeah, until the end of its next turn, it has melee defense 3.
I could just do a... No, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and recover a little bit. So, not going to be using any of that darkness. None of that dankness. But,
No, because 4 dark pips would stress you out a little bit.
Yeah, it would. But, so, that will be 10 damage, pierce 3, and I'll be healing 2 strain with a 2 advantage, and I'm gonna roll a crit.
That'll be like plus 50 or something?
I think I'm...
Yeah, what's your vicious currently?
My vicious 2, yeah, no, it is plus 50.
Yeah, because he's taken 3 already. So yeah.
Oh, you vicious 2, okay.
So...
Still put 50, because this is the, 4th crit you rolled. Because compromised, agonizing, overwhelmed.
Yeah.
You have 3, so it's only vicious 2, not vicious 3?
Oh, it's vicious 2, so it's plus 50.
Okay.
Yes, it's still plus 50. We've all been there. Horrific!
Damn!
Let's see here. Poly 1... Oh, I think I got it.
Oh yeah, I was doing it. Unless you really want to roll it, I got it.
You go for it.
37.
Agility.
Agility.
Oh, no, it is agility, yeah.
Treat
break one of
agility
his legs.
as 1 lower. Yeah, no. Your third punch catches it in a joint, kind of the weird knee elbow of one of its limbs, and just there's a bit of a sickening pop. It arcs on the ground and scrabbles.
Mm-hmm.
Scrap.
That's my turn.
All right, it's gonna stand up. Maneuver number 1.
Mm-hmm.
It'll wheel to face you.
Mm-hmm.
It'll actually take a second, because it can't really. It with its injuries, it doesn't really feel like throwing all its mass in another charge. That's getting a little sloppy. So it's only gonna try and hit you with the claws, but it's gonna pause and size you up and actually try and throw a lot of its weight into this. So it's gonna aim. And it can do that for free because multiple limbs gives it a second free maneuver.
Oh yeah.
So this is still... Oh, and actually, sure. I'll even it out a little.
Dodge sense. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Oh shit, is that 5 yellows? Wow.
Yep, 5 yellows, but 3 reds and a purple. 2 boost die, and 2 setbacks.
This is actually a pretty intense fight, considering. So it's...
I mean, it's a 1v1 with a nemesis. Now, if he had his horn, he could crit, but he cannot with just 2. So that'll be only a mere 7 damage before soak.
And claws have no pierce, right?
Yeah, claws don't have any pierce.
Then I'll just take it because it'll only be 1 wound.
Your brawn has made you really tough. It's quite crazy.
You just, it goes for a measured just swipe at your head, and you just, turtle up, elbows up in front.
Mm-hmm.
It does cut your skin a little on your forearms.
Has that soak too.
Okay, how are you doing so far?
If you want to know where I am at 9 of 19 wounds and 11 of 21 strain.
Alright, so...
Pretty standard for a knockdown dragout.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll do the ensnare again, yeah, because you've been double aiming a lot. So it once again gets its other limb tangled up in your upper leg area, loosely grappling you. Not enough to block you from trying to punch it or do anything heavy, but it means you can't really get out of range or take a second to aim.
Mm-hmm. All right. So basically, I've turtled up. We're in close. All right. But that just means, since you gave it back, I'm gonna use it. And since I can't aim, I just gotta throw my weight. Just gotta throw it in there. So, roll. Noba. Right, yeah. Well, shoot. I'm just gonna go with the basic. I'll switch those 2 points to successes. So that will be 10 damage, pierce 3. Do I want to activate Martial Grace? No, because I'm gonna... No, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll spend 2 to activate Martial Grace. Make that 12, pierce 3.
How much more damage? 2 more?
Yes. Oops. And I'm just going to crit again. So I believe this one's plus 60.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's gonna be minimum intense, so.
Well, like I said, like it's a big thing. I'm literally trying to stack debuffs so it can't hit me. It's still hitting me.
You're just punching it apart. Pump, 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 pump.
Pepper.
Oh,
Ooh, a
you
good
actually
one.
rip one of its arms off.
Not that permanent. It's not a lost limb. That's a high level crit. But
Or
yeah, you go for actually. You see, it's like middle limb right there, grabbing you. You just do a drive down fist right onto its joint. Crack, pop. Yellow green bug blood just spurts out. It lets go of you, basically. As you're causing some serious internal injuries. This woman is merciless. She's soloing the Borak with her bare hands. What have you done this week, audience? This blind bully is taking this man to town. They upsell it all.
Aramaa cries internally a little.
Bruiser.
Oh, I'm the blind bully.
They've called you a couple nicknames.
It's pretty rotating, yeah.
Okay, that was all used, right?
Yep, that was all me's.
Okay, all right. Okay. Well, again, it'll aim because it has one maneuver, and it's just gonna try and punch you again. But I do wanna, because you spend a point again, might as well.
Where's my strength tree at? It's up there.
Dodging and stuff again.
Yep. I'm terrified to find out what happens if I don't.
That's
red
very good.
dice. They do stuff
like that.
Oh, it does it again. Let's give you a black die again.
I'll take that black die. Like if it hit me, I could fucking counter, but wait, here we go. Yeah, no, let's just go. Let's just drop it on the fucking ground again.
All right, it like lurches up on its remaining working limbs. You've like disabled one limb on each side, and just tries to like body slam you, and it's too slow now. So it makes you step back, puts you off your rhythm again, but just slams down onto its belly. Clank, scrape.
This is gonna be. I'm at 15 out of 21. I'm going. Oh, because I am. Wait, why am I spending 2 strain again? Oh yeah, to double aim.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
So I'm gonna try and finish it with this fight, with this strike. So let's oh, I forgot to rip.
Yeah, it did give you a black with its 2 advantage again, but you also get your other boost.
Yep. So they are equal. Here we go. This is a big check. Wow, this is not a big pool though. Holy shit.
That's just kind of
That's at least
it's a success.
8, 11.
Yeah, I guess I might as well. 11. Well, fuck. I'll go for another 2 strain to pop the Martial Grace, and that will be
13.
13 Pierce 3.
just to ask, you think you want to like chance it on like using the dark side for a crit?
No.
I mean, it would just be do the extra damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, hey, fun fact, you don't pass out until you exceed your wound threshold.
Oh, it's on it.
So, he's right at 25 out of 25, everybody.
Damn.
So he's gonna get one final push in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna scramble to its feet and just try to, like, throw itself to its feet with its horn into your face.
Yep, here we go.
I won't spend the destiny point. We'll just go with the whatnot. You doing anything with your defenses still?
Yes, all the defense.
So, rip, sup, 1 boost. It gets a boost on all brawl checks. And we'll call it that.
It doesn't succeed, but it does something.
Wow,
That
all the
is-
failures ate the fact that this guy rolled 2 triumphs.
Wow.
Huh.
It's not a failure. Holy shit! Like 5 failure.
Well, now
A failure of 2 triumphs.
Yeah, that's a wild one. Because you're just fighting him, basically the equivalent of barehanded.
Yeah.
Like,
It can't.
you can't really...
Can't do.
Actually, I don't know if I double check, but you are actually
It can't
using
do
your
the-
Krishkons?
yes.
Yeah, so you can't really drop those, though.
It also can't do the double triumph because it hasn't done damage with that attack.
Yeah, it's not damaging the target because it doesn't hit them. Okay, let's give Aramaa an upgrade to your next check, so your next check against it will roll double red. And we'll say do
Red.
something vital. So, this thing scooches past you. You just Toro it like a bull, just whew. Kind of actually even sends you spinning off your feet. It blows past you to the fence, to the wall, and then through the fence.
Oh no!
Because it's really angry and fast, and just slams into the base with its horn and just crushes one of the pylons. Sparks are everywhere. The crowd immediately panics. Like, they immediately flip. Like, they thought it was cool until there was an angry Borhek face in their face. And you just see the wave spread through the crowd. Let me figure out how close it is to you guys.
I wonder where the hunt. I don't know if I missed this or not, but like, I assume the hunter lady is just like.
She's
out. Just on the
if
ground.
she's not actually unconscious, she's just curled up in a ball, being like, "Yeah,
okay, yeah, she's probably just having a panic attack.
Well, no, not a panic attack, but just like, I think all my ribs are broken. I'm just gonna wait here.
Fair enough.
I'm fine. I'm fine right here. So it's not particularly close to you guys. But just Aramaa and you, the rest, just see this wave spread out. It's like throwing a rock in a pond. Mm-hmm. The people in the immediate front row, those who don't just get hit with chunks of permacrete or energy fence and fall backwards off the bleachers, leap 1 row, 2 rows back, and just everybody peels back. The announcer's like, "Oh my God, he's broken out! He's on the loose!"
It has a. I think it's
Somebody pings like security to the front. Everybody, mind your arms and legs. Keep them inside the bleachers at all times. You'll be fine. So you guys see some of the bouncers like pulling shock prods and running to the front. But Aramaa, its rear is exposed to you.
I'm going to.
You've probably got a solid single turn before it just rampages into the crowd.
So
are you gonna do the Monster Hunter or just leap on it and then like?
Yeah, no, I'm totally gonna just leap on top and just give it the punch.
Okay. You don't actually have to spend a maneuver to move because it didn't technically get farther away from you. I guess just as you guys were constantly like backstepping and dancing, you were slowly scooching closer to the wall. Narrative.
Narrative.
So you're just gonna run up on its back using those convenient weird spikes as handholds, and you're gonna punch him.
I'm gonna punch him, and I'm gonna spend another destiny point to make sure I punch him. Because
we can do 2. Oh no, alright, just check.
No, he was just checking the destiny before.
Okay. So that's gonna be good, but the ruh, double ruh,
because of the upgrade, which makes sense. You're attacking its most armored point.
Oh shit, this is putting me way close, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go to 19 out of 21 strain.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you get to roll to heal after this, probably, assuming you hit him. If you can hit him, you're probably fine. Double despair. Your hands explode.
Wait a second.
Or your hands get stuck inside of it, but it didn't hurt it.
And then So I believe that is everything. Here we go. No, that's gonna do it.
Yeah, that'll be another 11.
Yep,
that's
11.
2 wounds. Roll me another crit, Chief. Plus 70. That's what happens when you injure a nemesis.
I assume you want to say they want to do that 2 advantage to heal your strain, right?
Yeah, totally. But
that probably sounds like a good idea, yeah.
Oh god. Permanently.
Let's see what you did.
Gruesome injury. Characteristic is permanently reduced by 1. Alright, I'll roll the poly. Willpower.
I think you stab it literally in the neck.
Well, not really stab. Also, its neck is hard to get from the back. I think you just go for a fucking climbing punch, and with your gauntleted hand, you just punch the top of this thing's skull and just break off its horn. Just smash it off.
You broke some of its pride.
You literally leave a fist-shaped crater in its skull chitin. And it just goes to the ground. Boom.
How much willpower does it have now?
1.
Did it even have to in the first place?
Yeah, it had 2.
Oh well, shit. I made it my bitch.
And it temporarily has agility 2, because it used to have 3. Yeah, you should roll to heal straight now.
I'm just like, holy shit, that was like intense, impressive.
Yeah, that was a good one.
4.
I also think that only like Lucky and Marth could actually have done that kind of fight because I feel like
probably.
How much soak did it have?
There's no need to hide it.
Actually, yeah, I'm curious. I'm
actually curious now.
Because okay, so
12. Holy shit!
It's in its description. It's mostly resistant to blasters.
Gotcha.
So yeah, no.
Jeez.
It's a big boy.
Yeah.
It took me to the brink. Let's see. Aramaa right now is at 9 out of 19, and she was at 19 of 21 strain.
Actually, the thing, I think if you're going strain damage, you might have gone faster. Actually.
Yeah.
Yes,
By the way,
it would've,
for the audience at home who cannot see this, 5 brawn, soak 12,
Oh yeah, no, it's a
brawl
big
of
chungus.
4.
Yeah, no, it would probably might have gone better with us with strain, but
I mean, yeah, this is a nemesis. This is supposed to fight an entire party.
yeah.
And Aramaa soloed it, not without some trouble though.
She abused all of her resources to do it.
So you're standing on top of the unconscious and broken Borhek.
Mm-hmm.
You see 3 burly dudes with shock prods kind of scooch up to it. They kind of look at it. One of them maybe with the like not shocky end because he doesn't want to cause any kind of reaction. Kind of taps it. It just kind of like
Like dead out.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, basically punch drunk. Like it's weird. Multifaceted eyes are just completely unfocused and kind of lolling. Its mandibles hang limp.
Mm-hmm.
And then they kind of look at you and they kind of scooch a couple steps back, like, I don't know how we feel about this. I'm not sure what we think about this. Because how many wins you got left? 9?
Yeah.
9 you took?
Well, left.
Yeah, sorry. How many wounds did you take? 9-ish?
9.
Yeah, so you got some flesh wounds. Like you're covered in all the unarmored parts of your clothing are covered in small scratches, tears, tugs.
Mm-hmm.
You've probably got a dozen little cuts.
Mm-hmm.
So they're kind of like eyeing you up, like you probably look much more tired.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're still at like 15 strain?
Yeah.
Still big chunk. So they're kind of like sizing you up, like, what do we do about this? And then there's kind of a, and she took it down with her bare hands. Oh my god! The crowd goes wild. The crowd kind of pauses and like, huh? We do? I said the crowd goes wild. Yeah, woo, yeah, woo.
I'm guessing
Blind
Bruiser.
A
Blind
giant
Bruiser.
sign lights up that says applause.
Yeah, basically.
Blind Bruiser. Well, just like Kevin starts like yelling a name.
Yeah.
Just like I see like the crowd starts.
Boots
She's
is just
some
staring
kind
at
of
Camo like,
blind bandit. Oh my god!
I thought we were gonna avoid that one, but okay, let's do it.
I have to get the reference in. Come on.
Okay, yeah, okay.
We've done all the other jokes.
Fair enough.
You see the kind of the doors into the back pop open, and the guys kind of size up, and then from the announcer booth you kind of hear behind you, Aramaa, like, oh, the chairman himself is coming down to congratulate this breakout. There's a brief pause for the
Brawler?
joke. Breakout champion. Oh. So the medics come out and immediately double check, Velvet Huntress.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, she probably just got winded, stunned, broke some ribs.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing pressing, but like that, you see them like rolling cold compresses on and like shooting her up with a pain blocker, and she's kind of groggily sitting up. And so, big man, Sorve Goldenberg kind of sidles up towards you. What are you doing, Aramaa?
Mm-hmm. I will hop off the borax.
Okay.
And just stand my ground.
Okay. Your knees feel a little creaky after all that, but you're fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're not
By
like
the
critically
way-
injured, so you don't like stumble or anything. You're doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he
I know-
kind of walks up and kind of sizes you up.
Mm-hmm. Size him up.
Fair enough. No, yeah, he's a big boy, very large
Mhm.
lad. If you had to guess with your eyes, you'd say he's probably about as buff as you are.
Damn.
Kind of nods, looks up, and he's kind of like, "You got a name, stranger?"
Aramaa will just smile and just say, "Just call me a fan."
And he just kind of, a big fan, she says. Kind of sweeps around. Well, if only we had, fans as enthusiastic all the time. We'd be doing so much business. Business.
By the
Well-
way, while this is happening, Boots is just gonna walk up to Aramaa and just make sure she's actually
Well,
alright.
you can't really, because remember, she's still standing in the ring.
Oh, she is in the ring? Okay, I thought she was outside. Never mind.
No, that's going to be a question for a second from now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But you guys can kind of circle around towards her.
And also,
So let's see. That's pretty small. Let's go for that one. That number. That's a good number. Okay. Well, so first of all, she won, so everybody gets there. If you want to collect your bets, it was 5-1 odds.
Alright, so I get
Yeah.
my 5,000 and you get your 10,000?
I got 10K. Yeah.
And he hands you a cred card, or maybe a bundle of cred coins worth about 6,000 credits, Aramaa.
Okay.
He pulls it off his belt and he says, "Since you took down the beast, I think it's only fair to award the championship pot to you."
Is it 5,000 from our thing, or is it like our bet turn to 5 times itself?
Your bet turned to 5 times itself, technically, I
Okay.
guess.
Okay, just
Anyway, yeah. So
So
you're
it's
handed
like-
a pile of cred coins, Aramaa, and he just kind of he goes for the champion lift,
Mhm.
He kind of when he kind of like grabs your hand and kind of studies it. There's definitely a brief moment of like a glance of appreciation about the crush gaunts.
Mm-hmm.
You're close enough to probably see he's well, actually they're concealable, but I think he wears them in his belt. He's got some vibro knucklers handy in his belt.
Mhm.
The punch.
But
version
as
of a
we
vibro knife.
do this, I'm just gonna murmur. So what does the girl have to do to fight you?
Got a chuckle to himself. Oh. Well, that's a particular booking, miss. We'll have to go on. But if you're really so eager, you seem like you gotta, he's kind of sotto voce, leans away from his microphone droid, and kind of says, well, we can organize something special tomorrow, but I
Tomorrow,
won't
you
go
said.
easy on you. It's the soonest I got.
That's like I can make that.
We run fights all the time. Well, I'll be here. Fan. Gives you a wink and a finger thing. Fingery wave. Finger guns? Finger guns. Claw
Finger
guns,
guns.
technically, because he's a tiger man. So the two medical interns will, like, scooch up to you and they're willing to, Do you want to get pulled back into the locker room, Aramaa, or...
Nah,
You wanna
it's time to
rejoin the tribe?
retreat.
All right. So some handlers come up from the elevator, and they kind of check it out. You kind of hear murmuring, "Man, I haven't seen a Borhek messed up this bad since the last time we had a Borhek versus Borhek fight.
Oh.
Crazy.
Hmm.
Is this even fixable? No, let's get him into the suite. Maybe he can retire to a farm upstate. Who knows? Retire to a farm? You ever seen a Borhek pull a tractor, son? They
Honestly,
basically start talking about what to do with it.
Actually, no.
Right.
Actually, because it's Willislow, it's actually easier to train.
Yes, no, like they're thinking because it's none of your injuries are life threatening, but they're pretty serious. Like it's got a permanently reduced will, it's got a temporarily reduced agility. It increases difficulty of brawn and agility checks. Like it'll need months of reconstructive surgery, but it's still a big boy. So
And
we'll
it's got
have
its
to
horn
decide what they're
broken
doing
now,
with it.
so...
Like it's got history now is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of like get some. They probably get our hover cart like repulsor lifts and like throw a tarp
it up.
over it and scooch it back to the lift so you can then exit the hole where Boots is standing right there. You can
Okay.
scope it out. You got all the info you got on the Aramaas, like you said. She's covered in small cuts. Nothing serious though.
Probably need some
Okay,
sleep.
good.
Guys, I gotta run. I gotta use the bathroom real quick. Hang on. Sorry. Oof.
Ah, okay. Well, hold on. Sorry, had a yawn coming on just as I was about to quote unquote slip into character. So, I'm guessing before Aramaa shows up, Boots will turn to Camo and Wevu and just be like, "So, what do you guys think? Especially since you both betted. What do you think about what's going to happen tomorrow? Unless actually, I didn't hear that. So what do you guys think? Is basically just what I'm asking, or what Boots is asking.
I assume most people have filed out by this point, right?
Maybe not full blown filed out, but yes, actually, that was the last match. So I was going to mention that the stands are starting to clear slowly.
Right.
A couple of people, probably come up to Aramaa and are like, "Yeah, woo!" Shake your hand, ask for an autograph.
Can't wait for Lucky to get back, so yeah.
Yeah.
But
So there's a little bit of a crowd around you, but yeah, they're generally filing out.
I do think that, the entire time I was thinking of, how would Camo, get there with his sword to, if even needed or not. But it's I was thinking, if things got worse or got out of the rank, he would totally, try to, fucking
Yeah, no, I think you were all thinking that.
Yeah,
And I
I
was-
thinking that, but she's like, yeah, I'm not going to try doing stuff like.
Yeah, it was just... Weirdly, it was just, kind of enamored about the whole thing at the time.
Oh, it was a good one.
Extremely impressive. Holy hell.
Yeah, but it was just starting shrugging. It's like, yeah, and see about participating.
Oh, well, we haven't actually seen you in action yet, so who knows? You could surprise us all.
You've only seen me knock someone out with a big gun.
That's what I'm saying.
I may not need that danger.
But sorry, I did ask that in character. Like, what did you guys think? And you both responded out of character.
Oh, because I was like,
To be fair, you don't really have a good out of character, in character voice.
No, I don't. I did try to go say like I say this.
I kind of got it
Boots
in
said
character.
that,
I just didn't really have. I just can't think of an in character response really. Besides,
Okay, clearly I should pause the recording until Lucky comes back.
but yeah.
All right,
Sorry, I'm trying to put in more character interaction.
Oh,
No,
because-
it's fine.
I was just.
Oh,
That was
Yeah,
definitely me being
never-
passive aggressive. I'm
I
trying
was
to
just
guilt them
doing
into
what-
doing something in character.
hey,
I
hey,
was just doing what Wevuguk does, shrugs, and then she just says, "Yeah." So that was in character.
Okay.
I was almost kind of enamored.
enamored.
It was just impressive. I don't know what else to put
Yeah.
words into it.
Oh,
It sounds like you're talking about some kind of great artwork there.
I probably could have done anything.
Fighting
like
is an
that.
art! A rando
What's
fan
that?
just inserts himself in there.
I'm not talking to you.
I probably
Alright,
could have-
fine, jeez. God.
Crush crowd.
probably could have
Enjoy
done
your
Walks off
day,
ejected.
sir.
because I have a better
Enjoy your day,
way
sir.
of stabbing through that thing sticks high or whatever. Carapace.
Yeah, definitely more of a chitinous carapace.
You know, call me a betting man, and you shouldn't because I didn't bet like you guys did. But I'm pretty sure. I think you might be jealous. I think you wanted to get on in there and take that thing on yourself, Wevu.
It's not so much Chelsea, it's more so standing around doing nothing but watch.
Well, you did toss her in, but sometimes with Aramaa, there is a time for planning, and then there's a time for just jumping, and that was one of her jump moments.
Yeah.
But
Alright.
you're still new. It took us quite a while, and we're still learning. Sometimes she still surprises us. I mean, I'm not surprised about the head concussions anymore. What were we talking about again?
I
Wait.
don't know.
Hold on, I remember now. Yeah, the head concussions. Yeah, those never happen.
I thought you got those.
And the brain damage. And the
And the
brain
brain damage.
And then the brain damage.
For my
Uh,
next trick, we're gonna sing "Row, row, row your boat." No, let's not do that. The Discord delay would probably make that really annoying.
It just say row repeatedly.
So, yeah.
But anyway, as an
Uh,
aside, because sorry, Marth.
Again, further, what's the word? Appreciate Irma's prowess.
I
Well-
believe that she's one of the people that actually could have done that on her own.
Yeah, I was just waiting for my hot dog though. There should be. This is some kind of weird underground sporting event. There should be that guy walking around selling hot dogs.
Oh,
or
I
at
made
least
that joke
algae
earlier. I
burgers.
did reference Albatross.
Oh
I'm
shit!
just
I
like-
missed it.
I'm like, gosh, I've just been thinking to myself, man, I really don't want to know what they use in Soho to make hot dogs, to make space hot dogs.
I don't want to know.
As Swamp Striders. But no, all joking aside, no, that was pretty good. I am worried because once again, our commanding general decided to go in there, but she pulled it out. She and yeah, she did a good thing. But Boots will lean in to whisper, "I really do think we might need to find a way to either shut this down or make sure it isn't as brutal."
Yeah.
I think we should talk
I mean,
about
I'm
this.
pretty sure I saw a guy
Yeah.
lose a finger in there.
We should probably talk about this when we're not here.
Yeah, we...
It almost sounded like in real life. You said, I think I saw somebody lose a finger in a higher voice, so I almost want to jump in and have somebody like grab you by the shoulders and be like, "Yeah, he totally lost a finger, wasn't it great?" And then he leaves, just drive by.
I mean, I know I was in the splash zone.
Oh,
So I'm
it
still-
could have
I'm
been worse.
still-
You weren't in the direct splash zone of where that guy smashed through the wall.
He gets smashed through the wall. Yeah.
Actually, you know,
A
now that I
part
thought
of me
that,
is
I should
still
probably,
laughing.
I'm probably when Lucky gets back, I need to talk to him about retconning that. Maybe he'd say like 2 days from now because I got to fix the place. I just realized.
I think
A
I'm
part
back
of
to
me
the
is-
fucking
back.
Okay, yeah. So actually, I want to retcon that last bit. He would probably say that they'd have to wait a day. Basically, be like they got to wait a day to do repairs.
Yeah.
Part of me is
While
still-
you've been gone in real life, Aramaa has just been standing there getting mobbed by well-wishers. You're handed at least one space rose.
I somehow have that.
And asked to sign things. But these guys have been having bants about stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
I
So
still enjoy, sorry to interrupt, but just hearing Omega just laugh at have a good days.
wait, what?
I threw in some crowd interactions.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because you were on autopilot, I think none of the guys wanted to actually leave the scene, so they've just been standing there.
Sitting around with thumbs up our asses. But yes, lucky go.
Yeah, sorry. So we're gonna beat a retreat.
All right,
Okay.
you skedaddle.
You skedaddle.
You stay long enough for Wevu and Camo to get their money, and then you and probably. Well, actually, I'll ask you. Do you actually sign any autographs, or?
Yeah. I'll sign autographs.
All right, you sign a few autographs, and then you skedaddle. So there are multiple exits to this place as well, very speakeasy style. Do you want to just pop out into the Undercity, or do you want to go back and pop back up in Arpuz?
Let's pop out the Undercity.
All right. So you go down an underground alleyway, basically a wooden tunnel, and just like out a service door that, you know, as it closes behind you, you realize that it says that it's a push door, but it's actually a pull door kind of thing. You know, like no trespassers, fire exit only, and you realize that, like, wait a second, it tells me to push, but we came out the other side of this door. So and then you just, you know, you're out in the middle of the understreets. You're lit by, you know, bug zappers and lamps and stuff.
Note this. Did it look like there was even more exits besides this one?
Yes. If you want to calculate how many exits, somebody should give me an average knowledge underworld or knowledge warfare. Because I assume you're looking at this tactically.
Yeah.
Oh boy, okay.
Yeah.
So shall we make two separate rolls, Axe? You do underworld, I do warfare.
I don't actually have I have Outer Rim, not Underworld.
Do you at least have a decent brain? Some brain juice?
I feel like I can give like Loth a boost. I definitely have only like I have 2 int and only have 1 knowledge warfare.
All right,
I
you can
could-
assist.
Well,
me.
I'll make a swing at
try it.
Underworld.
So what difficulty was it again?
Average. You're not, like, trying to break into Fort Knox.
Okay, so that's 1 success, 2 threat.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot then.
My
I
dice
assume
really
that was
do like
Underworld?
canceling things out.
Wevu? That was Underworld, I assume? Okay. Alright, Boots, you, as you're leaving, you make sure to take tactical note of the exits and entrances. Wevu, you just try to remember what they taught you in crime-solving school. Which was mostly punch bad guys, cut off a guy's arm first, ask questions later, the Force is my warrant, etc., etc. You want to go home and rethink your life. You know, the 12-step drug program. But you're pretty sure, based on what you remember about, like, basic bitch Jedi Crime Stopper tactics, because you got 2 threats, so I'm obviously going to cloud this a little. You reckon that other than the topside entrance, which seems to be the main topside one, that you can count probably 3 or 4 visible, basically civilian exits to kind of the whole complex. And that's basically it. You're like, oh, that's what I can see. That's all that there is. Boots, with your, like, tactical planning and thinking about blind spots, you reckon, okay, so they got an octagon kind of situation. That means that there's going to be, 8 angles on that. But they also have a back half, right? Because they actually do have, like, they have the entrances for the performers, the talent and all the stuff in the lower half. So you guesstimate that there are probably, like Wevu concludes, there are probably 4 exit tunnels, basically, speakeasy tunnels, right? There's the top access hatch. You guys know about the secret tunnel, and but Boots, because you got some flat success on your with no threat, you also guesstimate that there's almost assuredly at least 1 service entrance on the surface to the back room, basically. That's probably in Scarlet Gloves. And you don't know what it is, because you didn't get any advantage, so no special idea. But you also assume they probably have a top half entrance to either wherever they keep these animals, or or wherever their office work is. Like, they've got to have another topside entrance to, like, keep them separate from the performers.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's
know
fucking
that.
the exotics pet store.
That is a fair guess. You
Yeah.
guys, I don't know if you guys want to do some research on that, because you've got a day, basically.
Well,
Yeah.
Aramaa needs to go and probably needs to go into the back of the tank because Aramaa has a stupid fucking plan. Are you ready for the stupid fucking plan?
I'm all ears.
So we're basically gonna do a raid, but we're gonna do a non-standard raid. We are going to get the boys. We are basically gonna put a circle on all the exits and areas, but we're still gonna do the fight.
You're basically going to challenge the dojo.
Yeah. And and I said I'm not going in as a fan. I'm going in as General Aramaa. I'll probably will like just bring my fucking Jedi armor in a bag and be like, "This is my fighting outfit."
Oh my
And
goodness.
when we get there, I'm literally gonna challenge the man for the whole place. If I win, I get him all his mooks and all his stuff. And if he wins, I'll let him walk out. I'll let him and his boys walk. He won't get to keep the fucking ring, but he'll leave. He'll
He'll get to keep all his money and his shit and stuff and just bounce.
Yeah.
A fair plan. I like it.
I'm
I'm proud of this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it.
because that could go horrible, can't it?
I'm trying to figure out
Oh
how to
yeah,
contribute
no.
for you.
Especially if you want to 1v1 this man.
Well, as I said, I'll like, I don't know, maybe I'll ask him like how comfortable.
And
Like, how-
who knows? He might stop to cheat.
If he fucking cheats though, it's on. It's on like fucking.
You could also, you don't know, you could maybe arrange a 2v2.
Yeah.
The Jedi versus
Actually, what-
him and his best friend.
Yeah.
Actually, Webber, you said Marth, you said you've been wanting to get into a fight, haven't you? You haven't been
Yeah.
done in like any combat, have you?
Only combat I've been. Well, I mean, I've been in one combat where it got resolved quickly, and then I got another combat where I actually got to fight once.
Yeah.
I mean, you ended that combat pretty fast, but that was not a very combat-y combat. That was not like Aramaa going, what was that, 4 or 5 rounds?
Yeah.
It was literally an hour. Like, I think we started initiative at about an hour in.
By the way, Wevu's native morality is repression. She does not like being sitting around doing nothing, or like others sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah, no. So yeah, let's see if we can turn this into a 2v2 at least. And
Those
if he
probably
pulls-
weren't the terms, but I'm almost sure if you like make a challenge, because you'll have to roll something to get into accept, and not just turn it into a clusterfuck.
Mhm.
But you can probably pull it off. You're kind of facey. You can basically be like, "Hi, I'm General Aramaa. This is my buddy General Wevu. We want to fight you." And I will tell you out of character that I have stat blocks to make this a 2v2.
All right, cool.
Okay.
So so that's what we're gonna do, guys. I said we got a data prep. I need to go to the fucking tank because I have 9 wounds.
All right.
Well, Boots can probably help you start on that.
But
you
I'm also
one.
gonna need you guys to start corralling boys to tighten this noose, as it were.
Okay.
Okay, so here's a tactical question before Boots gets started rolling on Aramaa, because you're basically going to send. It sounds like you're going to send Wevu and Camo to basically go do chain of command things.
Mhm.
Do you want to involve the militia? Knowing that you've already seen some militia faces in the place, as a reminder, it has been 2 hours. Do you want to involve the local cops, or do you want to do this as just like a pure MP thing?
I don't want to involve the militia. If I involve the militia, word might trickle down. But involving the police.
Dog.
What?
Yeah. Sounds like Buster's going crazy back there.
Yeah, he is. Sorry, I have my window open because it's the only way I can keep my room cool.
No, it's okay. I just was like, hey, dog.
But we should definitely inform the police at least, heck, and see if they want to actually participate.
All right, fair enough. Do you? I assume you don't want to do the full, like a full thing there, right?
No,
But
no.
how much are you telling them about what? Like,
Well, we'll basically say we have solid evidence of an underground fight ring that with illegal gambling and blood sports, I guess.
Mhm.
And we're going
narcotics,
to be,
the whole thing.
Yep. We're going to be making a move to do a what's the word I want to use? Non-standard raid operation.
These guys are probably never done a raid in their lives, so you're gonna do a contain operation.
Yeah.
Just cover a point for us.
Well, so the thing I think I would make sure that they would want to make sure they know is, are you just telling them that you're doing a thing, or are you asking for cooperation?
For some cooperation. Let's let the cops feel like they're doing something.
Okay, all right. So, this means that so it's probably going to be easier for clones to move topside than is bottom. So, that means that the initial like scoping out and blocking will be done by the local marshals, and then they will like give you the signal for clones to like descend into the depths and block up the holes.
Yes. That sounds good.
You let them know also because you know that there's a smuggling route. You let them know to do a harbor patrol that day, basically. So this won't be anything automatic, but I need to figure out 2 checks. Aramaa, you don't happen to have any skullduggery, do you?
I do not.
What's your cunning then?
2.
Okay. Ooh, perception versus skullduggery? Probably.
This is like a situation where like Camo should organize it for her.
No. This is to... I will tell you what this check is for, but I will not tell you the result. This is to tell you if that guy figures out who you are, because he was in close contact with you. So, let's see.
I guess skullduggery works as deception.
Skullduggery is explicitly your disguising skill. So this is how well you are at not being recognized. You weren't wearing banal clothing, were you, Aramaa?
No, I was just in my regular armored clothing.
Okay. So, let's see. We'll go with vigilance, because that's a smaller pool, because he was not actively looking for you. So, that'll be 2 yellow, 1 purple. I will let you know, because I'm letting you know about this, he can spend a destiny point to upgrade his check if you so choose. You were 2 cunning, that's right?
Yeah.
So he's going to roll Yo-Yo Gra versus 2 purple. I will give him a setback die. Actually, we'll make this 2 setback die. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. 1 setback die because he only spent a few moments with you. And another setback die because you were garbed subtly. Not like outright protected, but still.
Yeah, I'll spend a destiny point for this because I want this to be a surprise.
All right, we'll give him a red. All right, do math. So, that's cocked.
Sorry, I hogged all the combat, guys.
I'm just trying to think about what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the session, besides just kind of watching it all happen.
Well, like I said, if he tries to pull some shenanigans, that's going to be the fucking
Oh yeah, I gotta like bolt someone.
Yeah, well, and also like I said, that's definitely going to be a lead up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm all good either. I mean, I'm good. Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. Does that? Okay, all right. I have my results for that. Now, let me see. This is gonna be much better for you, Aramaa. What's your leadership check?
I think it's just 3 yellow. Yeah, 3 yellow.
Okay, let's call this your leadership for your OPSEC role.
OPSEC.
Let's do that. Do you have any talents or any effects which add? Technically, you'd add force dice, but you're not there physically, so we won't do that because that would be weird.
Or like,
do you have any other abilities which add blue dice normally to this?
Let me check early now. Okay, why are you not giving me my comments? Let me see my comments.
Because for the people at home, Lucky's looking stuff up. The way opposed checks work, if you don't remember, because we don't do them too often and don't talk them through, is that you turn whatever the opponent's skill pool, the passive roller or defensive rollers, whatever they would roll for that skill, into the bad pool. So Aramaa would have 3 yellows. That means that they roll against 3 reds. If she has any boost die, those become black dice.
Oh, no, technically no. I have, nope, nothing for leadership.
So we'll make this
usually rely on the force.
Leadership. Let's give a setback die for that, because you're very nice. They like you.
Yay!
Actually, hold on. Let me actually look in my holocron. There's guidelines for like reputations and stuff. We haven't really been doing like a hard and fast on that, but I can definitely look at those rules and kind of see, because the locals would have an opinion of Aramaa, for sure.
You've done a lot for this town.
There it is. Okay. Okay, so that's technically reputation works on a scale it adds to charm and negotiation checks. But you've done a solid turn, so we'll give him a black on this. Keep this under wraps. That's probably going to be that. Yeah. Oh my, that's very interesting. Pairing up results. Wow. Okay. All right.
I'm Concernicus.
Okay. Well, you might be a little Concernicus, but also this is a positive. So, I've done all my calculating, and this ends with... Golly gee willikers. Okay. So the end result on this check is that technically success was done on their leadership, but with threat, like an extra 2 threat and a despair. So, and they got that means they got 1 success showing. So, okay. So, actually, I'll cycle back in a second. Let's get through your healing first, but I have a pin to put in that. Don't let me forget it. Boots, I assume you're going to first aid Aramaa.
Yes.
Okay. Are you at over half your wounds?
Wait, let me check that. 9 out of 19. No, I'm just under.
Okay. So make an easy medicine check, Boots, with any of your various greebles.
Ribbles.
You hopping into the back of the tank?
No,
Not
this
yet.
Is just first aid.
This is just, I think, just to patch her up.
For success, what advantage?
So that heals 4 wounds, 1 strain.
Nice. I'm at 5.
And so you wish to backtify?
Yes.
Okay. So you have a talent for this, Boots?
Yes, I do. I have back to specialization 1, so you hit an extra wound.
Okay.
At the beginning, I believe.
Yeah.
Is it per?
I think it's just when you apply back to they heal an extra wound. So it's what? Is it 2 hours per one? Or is it 2 for 2?
Hold on. I'm sorry. It's been a while since I've used it.
Yeah.
I should write it down as a comment.
Let's see. There's the holocron.
Is it in the holocron? It's probably in the holocron. I just gotta dig through it because there's 4 different kinds of upgrades. 1 wound per 2.
Okay.
So it's
So
1
I need
per
to
2.
spend 8 hours, I guess, because you'll heal me 1 for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I need to spend the night in the back though.
How many would you
That's
still
fair.
got?
That's a fair one. What's up?
How many would you still got, Lucky?
5.
5, and I heal 1 for free, so 8 hours to heal 4.
Yeah,
Was it
basically.
4? Because only 2, 4 wounds.
It's 1 for 2.
Oh,
2 hours for, or 2 for 1.
Oh, never mind.
So it would normally be 10, but because Back to Specialist heals 1 at the start, it's 4, so 8 hours. Seems fair. It's a pretty clean wake up. You weren't wearing your special armor of healing.
Nope.
Still recovered that from pretty good. So you're basically you pre-plan all this and you take your night off to Bacta.
Yes.
Wevu, I believe, you're trying to acquire those things now, or are you just planning?
I think acquire them on... acquire.
So you guys can figure that out. If anybody else wants to acquire anything in particular, you guys can go ahead and start figuring out your rarities and costs. You probably still want Aramaa to buy them, so you need her out of the Bacta tank.
Yeah, I don't really think there's anything I want to get right now.
All right, so Aramaa, you get out the next morning. You have a conversation. So, what you hear back from the more Iridu marshals, I think you spoke to the head marshal before, is they realize they've got a leak, but they caught him, and they want to ask you what to do because they think he may have reported the idea that there's going to be some action on the day after tomorrow, but not your whole plan. Do you want to change your plan at all? Do you want to box anything up, basically, or do you want to even try and poison pill him, feed this guy? What's the term for this? I think it's chicken feed. Give him bad intel, because that's basically how I'm going to rule. Is he got 1 success off, but with threat and in despair. So technically they know, kind of, but you know that they know with plenty of lead time. How do you want to handle this?
Let's not, like I said, if we make any moves to change it up, I think that might be more organic. So let's feed him some false information.
Okay.
And let him go. Maybe not necessarily that the raid's on the ring, but maybe they're going to be doing a crackdown on smuggling routes or something. I don't know. False info. Someone better brain than me.
I don't think anybody's going to have a better brain than you right now, Chief.
God damn it. But yeah, let's basically just say that the raid's the raid is gonna be out on around the spaceport and harbors because legal trafficking's been moving in. It's gonna be
Right,
something,
and they would know that you've been working on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so I'm gonna actually benefit you. That means that they will probably pull back smuggling resources and move some shit around. which may mean they're going to be holding some stuff in their base. Okay, let me check the timer. 2.5 hours. How's everybody doing? I know some of you
okay.
I'm actually all right for the most part.
Yeah.
So,
I think that hour-long fight kind of built the momentum, honestly.
in a weird way, yes. Very, very involved. All right. Okay. So, Lucky, if you want to roll that for Wevu, or if Wevu's going to roll it herself, I don't know.
If we're on an in-between day, Aramaa
this
will
is
get
your
out.
prep day, basically.
All right. I will totally roll that for you. Let's see here. Total price and rarity. Is that what the? Oh no, you did.
Yeah,
mark
did it already. Did the math.
Okay.
I could also roll to like mod them out if need be.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm doing brain stuff. Force
Doing
dice.
brain stuff.
Let me see here. 0-1.
Yes. Sun is an active quality.
Yeah, so all you need to do is hit.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
6. 6
Wait.
is.
I didn't even know
Why
if you
did it
needed
say
to
that
see.
like I was saying that to someone
0,
else?
1, 2.
Whatever, we get your point. Everybody's a little... We're all
3,
okay, but we're a little weird today.
Yeah.
Sorry, and then B, and then V. There we go.
Huh.
Good
Force
jump,
pass.
good jump light points.
Hey,
Okay, we'll just flip them all. We'll just flip them all. So that's 4. 4.
15%.
So 15% off.
Yeah, 15% off with 4 advantage. You plan on modding them all?
Yeah.
Does everybody have it
think
pre-modded?
Yeah, I think I'm planning on at least mining them at some point. Yeah.
Can we get a couple free mod?
Yeah, you can get some mod parts in that price.
Yeah, so get 2 mod parts. Yeah, so 2 free mods. Ooh,
I can mod them right now, or you really want to?
that's 50 mods.
Yeah, we gotta plan out the stats.
Yeah, planning out.
Do I want to make a draw of fire so I can become fire?
I don't know, do you?
Do you want?
Because I have a stimulant. If they can use drugs, so can I. Okay. But I'm gonna use magic drugs. Alchemy. Paracelsus von Hohenheim would be proud. Let me actually go look at the...
Yeah,
I still have a stimulant.
honestly, everything of these are pretty short. Like, the longest is Potion of Wills and then Water of Life. 6 and 8 hours, respectively. Which is... Water of Life is Phoenix Down.
Or full restore.
And Potion of Wills is... Ooh, that's a poison. So that drops your willpower to 0 for the encounter.
Okay,
Ow.
so
Doesn't it make you like only instinct or something? Or no?
Yeah, no, this isn't like D&D where like, oh, you're int 0, you're dumb. It's just like, no, you don't do any upgrades to willpower-based checks, like, ever. Because it's not common, but you can totally, much like how you can roll simple checks with no difficulty, you can totally roll checks with, like, no positive stuff, basically.
If you got enough skills for it, yeah.
Oh, that's right. I made a blueprint for stimulants. So
Though, I don't know, if you want to, you could make a talisman for a healing accelerant? I'm gonna double check how talismans work, though.
Amulet of Power, Fetish of Fear. I should make a neural charm. Give myself a headache to get blue on fucking knowledge checks. That'd be great.
Yeah, actually, I don't think there's any. I'm like double checking all this stuff. Yeah, I think other than having it and saying you're carrying and using your talisman, I don't think there's any holdback to that. Other than if you actually, get one of the bad shit.
Healing experience is pretty cheap. It's daunting.
Yeah. I mean, it's not super advanced, it's just whenever you would recover strainer wounds, you recover that amount plus 1.
Yeah. What is the table? How can Omega fuck me on this? Let me see here.
There's a few.
Fate of Evil.
Empowered by evil. Twisted fates.
hey,
Noticeable. Cumbersome.
Right.
So, Marth, I could also I could do the stun mod and the damage for you. Shouldn't be that hard because it'd just be average. It'd be like
Well, it
two
starts
average
at
and then,
hard,
like,
I think.
two-
Yeah, it starts at hard.
Do you
Be
reduce
2 hard
the
checks and
difficulty
then like 1
early?
daunting.
But yeah, he can easily help you adjust them right now if you want them. It is just, it's not like building your lightsaber. It is just a stick thing you found in storage.
Okay, yeah, that's all Sis-12 he works on them.
All right.
So just get the
Bless you.
Thank you.
so
Ugh.
just the damage and than
And
the
increase
one
the stun.
stun quality. That's
Alright.
all I want.
Uh,
Right.
what's your relative mechanics and brain stuff?
My mechanics is 1, so...
And your int?
And my int is 2.
I have
Seems
2
fair.
into mechanics 4, so if you just give me a boost.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I was just checking. You guys spend quality time tinkering with stuff. Yeah, that's pretty
Okay.
fast.
I'm gonna use that one advantage to get my boost on the next one, because I think that was the weighted head, so
Yeah,
I assume you
that's
don't
the-
really care for the concussive, unless you want it.
Yeah, not right now.
Okay, then I'll work on the
I-
stun qualities.
Yeah.
Or,
Besides, I would have to spend 200 crits because that was the free one
Yeah.
on the first. Then the other free mod is the
Going for the some of
stun.
that stun, that sweet stun.
Alright, let's do that.
So yeah, that's just another hard, but you get another boost die on it. You got magic fingers.
Okay.
I can do it one more
Alright,
time on
yeah,
it, too.
so you got your stun stuff. Well, yeah, but the thing is, you only got the components. You have to buy more.
Yeah.
I mean, I can use some of mine, but sorry.
No, I don't think you can
That's
actually do it that way.
Oh,
The-
okay, I
it's
think-
a little
yeah,
fast and loose, but you
stun,
haven't bought
yeah.
components for a electro
Fair
staff
enough.
mods to
Fair
customize.
enough.
So
Fair enough.
Alright.
Okay,
There we
so
go.
that is damage plus 6, stun quality 3.
Nice.
yeah, pretty hefty. Okay. All right. Anybody else doing anything in your free day?
Not me.
You know what? I'm gonna buy materials for a Draught of Fire and a healing accelerant talisman.
Okay.
So excuse me 1 second while I pull that up.
Oh wait, hold on. On this 3-day, Boots will of course be helping out in the med bay.
All right. Yeah. You
But just
prep
not-
people.
Yeah, just
Okay.
not doing anything role worthy, I guess.
No, that's fine. You're sticking to yourself. All
405.
right.
So that'll be 2007 for everything. Yes. Let me write that down real quick. So
Solid year.
that's my costs. 7 is, I think that's still hard. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, no, 7. 7's 4 then. 7, 8. No, it is 4 because only 10 is 5. So it's 3. Brain. So yeah.
Yeah. 7. No, 7's hard.
7 is that's what I said. I think.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
at 3.
We got it. We figured it out.
Let me find the weird shit.
I was busy trying to spell galactic economics with my brain while we were talking.
What are the
Uh,
Y?
Oh, I
Yeah,
called
Rolly.
it Rolly.
Roll that.
Roly poly.
Let's try that again.
Fucking song of, what was it? Ruby, Ruby.
Wait, where's my B?
Okay.
Oh, hang on. Let me add a B there.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll help, but
I'm hoping they'll get rid of some of that heckin' threat.
I think you put one too many purples.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did.
yeah, you did. You
You
swapped the purple
just-
for a.
Can I just
I do
re-roll
that all the
this?
time. You want to just re-roll it?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. I do that all the time. Yeah, it's goofed up.
Turn that P upside down.
Oh, that's probably what I did. I probably went for another P instead of the B.
Yeah, your the original check was yeah.
That's all white points.
Could you make
Yeah,
9
but I'm gonna get the
40%
threats. That'll leave 5, 9. Fuck, I'll go for savings here. So that's gonna be 8.
Welcome to the circus of value. Wow, when I'm sleepy, I am just pop culture references.
Yes, yes, you are.
I'm not even that sleepy, but no, it's definitely a thing
I mean,
that's
you also
happening.
talked about Dresden for like 3 hours last night. So.
Yes,
I'm
no,
trying to think
that's
of what's-
part of
what's
why
for-
I'm destroyed.
Where's the calculator? I need to figure out what 60% of.
It's a lot of percent.
Yeah.
I need to mod out this Mandalorian chamber.
Ah!
What happened?
Okay, so it's 1200. That's how much it costs. Alright, now I'm gonna go to the lab!
Neat.
Lab?
Yeah,
AKA the back room at the bar.
yes.
Arama's that Minecraft player who like built a kitchen and then just slapped a brewing stand next to it because that's already where you kept your water and shit. I guess I'll just do alchemy in my back room.
Why not? There's a shelf with some ancient texts. There's a note on cookie do not touch. Let's see. Roll. Yeah. Then for Draught of Fire, it's hard.
Dropped of. I'm making a Eurobeat reference. Though we could call this one Night of Fire.
Yeah.
Let me see. How does this do?
Surprisingly, okay.
I'm trying to think of what threat does on these checks.
It also does bad stuff.
Yeah. Well, you get 3 threat and 2 dark side points to
you get 3
draw to fire
points. Though, you should roll a boost die because I think that's what Marth meant by saying he wanted to assist.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I don't know if that will do anything, but
I'm pretty sure.
Well, actually, what's your int 2, right? Do you have a lore better than 2?
I have a lore of. Wait, isn't it lore or discipline?
Is it lore or discipline?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, he's right. Fuck, I have way better lore than this. Hold on, I'm dumb. Let me just add a yellow to that. So
but my discipline would be still 3, will 3, so it's still the same. So just
alright, so roll a boost die too as well, Lucky.
Yabba.
Okay.
Success triumph. So
yeah, that's
nice.
So that reduces your which check is this for?
Draw to fire.
Draw to fire. Okay. So you get to spend a triumph with 3 light points, and you get it done in 2 less hours, 4 less hours. How's that math work?
Oh, let me see here. Alchemy crafting.
6 hours because it's cheaper. It's got upper 1.
Attempts this. Force rating.
I think it's the basic crafting. Construction. Every success the character scores on the check beyond the first reduces the time by 2 hours. So that's minus 6 hours. So I guess it's minimum 1.
1 hour. All right,
it's fast at least what it is. All right, I gotta find.
Oh, look, you can make a recipe of this.
Okay, so 2 threats or 3 threats?
3 threats.
3 threats, 2 darks. Okay. All right, I'm gonna study the chart.
Huh.
Okay, you think you want to make more of these later on?
The bad thing is there's not a lot of things, like, interesting things, like, personally, I would say. Like, most of it, a lot of these is just, hey, you get to, like, increase the duration, or, increase how many you make.
Duration could be useful, because you only do 1 normally. It's 1 round for draw to fire.
True. Just think you also could use the triumph for, like, recipes so you keep making more of them later on.
This is the draw to fire. I'm going to spend 2 darks for sloppy brewing. You got to spend 25% more in cost.
Oh, okay.
And sure, I love it. Let's do empowered by evil. You take 2. Whoever drinks the thing takes 2 conflict. You've made a potion of fire. For some reason, it's blue. I
probably was using Bandogora text.
You make it and you just think to yourself, "Oh, that's what it means." Well, shit.
You threw in the ground and make some of those like weird fire shades.
It's meant to add orange food coloring, not blue.
So yeah, you got a triumph.
So let's use the triumph to create a recipe. Sure, maybe easy next time. And
by 1.
That's
average.
Yeah, and then 2 point. We'll use 2 for long lasting, and then 1 for I want to do fortifying or reviving. Yeah, I'm about to say you want a strain train. All right. So you've got a revivify and long lasting, so you get 2 rounds or an hour 30 in narrative time. But I gotta write this down. Takes you some extra cost, and it's evil. Capital E evil, by the way, at least on the holocron. Empowered, capital E, by lowercase b, evil, capital E. Which I think is just general grammatics for, you don't use articles with an uppercase anyway, but I still love the effect. God of fire, soul desire. Hey guys, we like Eurobeat here.
It's how I wake myself up sometimes.
Alright, let me see here. Let me just put fortifying, long-lasting, sloppy brewing. Yeah, that gets resolved right away, though, because you just have to pay 25%. I know, but I'm just noting it all down so I can remember. And then, empowered by evil! Gotta make sure it's, Now, luckily, that only takes you about an hour, so... Yep. Well, now I'm gonna try and make this healing accelerant. Oh, wait, hang on, I got an arc down. I got it 40% off, but... Let's see here. Sorry, now you're doing multiples and multiples. Draw to fire, 25%, so that'd be... like another 30? I want to say. Fuck, 30. I don't want to brain hard. Fair enough. We are getting close to 3 hours with your braining. Yeah. Actually, that is a good question. Do we want to just do the... I know we want to finish it, but do we want to just do this... Do we want to do all the setup and then we start fresh next session with the big thing? There was a big honking boss fight in the middle of this.
Mm-hmm. There was a big boss fight.
I kind of want to do more, but fair.
And part of me is just like, I'm looking over to my right and my bed's calling to me.
Yeah, I think if Loth's running out of juice a little bit, let's wrap up the pre-craft and anything else anybody wants to do. Like, I'll give you the full prep day, anything else you want to handle.
The full 28 hours, yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's okay.
Well,
I'm just like, I don't want to
okay.
run too over long either. Just for me.
I didn't
but-
get to do much, so it's fine.
I'm sorry. But alright, so I cost that. So let me do my roll for the healing accelerant, which is daunting. Lower discipline check.
Get your boost.
So that would
I assume Wevuguk's going to still help you.
be.
It's like, so this is stuff.
This is oh.
Huh? I mean, it
I
doesn't
think
go
I
through.
fail.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
'cause
doesn't.
you can't. You don't spend the force pips for effect.
Yeah, no, I guess poof.
Yeah. I mean, you guys progressed a decent chunk. Like you have an action plan. You did a lot of stuff. There was a decent amount of fluff in there.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, honestly, personally, it's the flip of the die. If the Velvet Huntress had been probably about to fucking die, like Aramaa wouldn't have jumped in.
Yeah, which means
Yeah.
there wouldn't have been a
Yeah.
fight, but also maybe you wouldn't have had you concocted your perfect plan yet either. Which,
Yeah.
by the way, was random. I actually rolled a setback die, a black die, to figure out how those fights went, just
Yeah.
for the sake of like
Oh, yeah, no,
randomizing the outcome.
I remember that.
Yeah, so
And I think I rolled. Yeah, that's right. She was the first one I rolled an outright failure on. I'm just like, oh, this will not go well.
Yeah, Lucky, what were you rolling to make this time?
it's
Healing
healing
accelerant.
I can
So
Try to see what that is on this list.
it's called healing accelerant. It'll be in the talismans.
Oh, talismans, right. Okay, so I was looking at the potions.
This is why I control F everything. Yeah, this fails with threat. So, how much did you pay for this?
let me see here. 600, so it'd have been like, oh shit, no, I need to double that amount because of that. So it'd have been 1200, then reduced by 40%. So that's an easy number, 800. That's easy math.
All right. Yeah. So this is your first time trying to create a talisman, like a physical object that like channels stuff and like does things. You know, charms, alchemies, that kind of stuff. It does not go well. It does not like explosively fail, but you definitely like burn up or use up all your components. And then I'm gonna say you cause yourself basically 40 credits worth of ancillary damage to your lab.
Shit.
Like the thing, like you make it, you try and like channel the force through it, and it just like spontaneously into like a cloud of ash, and like gets in your tools, gets in some vents. It's just a mess.
Gotta get me a maid! So, my lab repairs minus 40. So
And by the way, that took you the full 8 hours for that fuck up too.
yeah.
Right.
Damn, okay.
Hey, that's what I mean. It was a full-on failure. Talismans are hard. I appreciate that they're at least a little bit of work, because those are basically like, that's crafting a permanent accessory slot item, basically.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, no, this thing is literally, if anytime I heal a strain or wound, it's just an additional one.
Yeah, it's a really
Wait,
good item. I love them, but I'm glad that it starts at 4.
You gotta put the effort in, or the
Mhm.
work in, really.
Whereas the
It's
potions
not
are
like
actually like freakishly easy to build for the most part. They just
Part of
might
those
be,
that you
might
gotta,
be
like-
a little expensive. Like,
You gotta work
yeah,
on
the
that
Water
pool
of
to
Life
make
is
it good.
hard to get for rarity, but it's not very costly, and that only takes 8 hours. That's like the highest one with a full 5 of difficulty. Almost all these things are like easy, average, hard. But okay, all right. So that takes up a decent chunk of your day. So
9 hours.
I might mod out like something, but I'll do some rolls for that a bit.
yeah, if you want to plan it, you've got the time to go back and make the purchases. This is all basically downtime. Boots is helping out with his stuff. So I think the only thing I want to do is I want to ask you guys basically how where we want to do the cutoff point. Like, so do you want to like move on to the next day and actually like probably make some initial roll to get this started on the raid, or do you want to like start basically next time kicking down those doors? Do we have any more prep we want to do? Not that I want to rush anybody out of here. And or do you want to like break it clean here and then start fresh? Basically, the next session will be the start of the next day.
I'm fine with breaking it clean here.
Yeah, same.
If you want to, sure.
Alright.
I actually that's like 2 months I want to like roll for.
Yeah, I mean, we're not like wasting tape anything. If you want to go ahead and do those, or if you don't have the
Alright.
math right in front of you, we can do them off mic.
No, I do it because I have it. Because it's like I already have them. I just need to like mod them out. Like one's like
That's
the
fair.
energy dampener, so it only has one mod on it. So
That's fair. I expect next time you're going to get a little more. Marma's probably going to do some motivation.
I guess that doesn't go.
That's just unfortunate.
Yeah, that's a failure. You did roll a triumph, though, so I will say, unlike usual, you don't lose the components or permanently lose the mod. You just don't get it done in the first time you attempt it.
Alright, I'll work on the other one instead. Because that was just add extra black... I think it's you just add a black die to detect the weapon firing. It's already
Your blaster suppressor, yeah.
The dampener, actually.
Right, dampener. There's a couple different...
Yeah, there's two.
That is a small critique that some people have. There is a little bit of redundancy in the system.
Yeah.
It's not a
blaster
huge deal.
suppressor...
It's just sometimes a little weird.
Yeah, the blaster suppressor is 2 setback to detect location, and then the dampener itself is -1 damage, but +1 difficulty to detect the weapon firing.
Right.
So I'm just going to use that advantage to do a boost to the other one I'm doing.
Sure, fair enough. That's what you do with mechanics.
This is the Mandalorian Chamber, which is a stun thing.
Yep. Yeah, you rolled a shitload of advantage. I'll let you have that one too.
Alright.
Have that one back, basically, not fuck it up forever.
How much advantage would that be?
We'll say that's
Is it
probably
still
the big one. We'll say that's probably 4.
Oh, okay.
Actually, what the fuck does burn do again?
Burn
Alright.
does your base damage to the target again on their next turn.
I'm going to mark down the components for that. And then I'm gonna try
and it
again.
does it for a number of turns equal to the burn rating.
Yeah, that could be pretty strong.
Yeah, burn's spicy. I'm glad it's not on a lot of weapons. Whoa.
Hmm.
Okay, holy shit.
What did I do
Give a lightsaber burn. What could go wrong?
So you kind of flipped. Hey, you joke. There is a lot. Bar of ingot, I think, is that one. There's a crystal for that.
Could I just get multiple of the mods at once, considering that's how much successes I got?
That's not how it
No,
works.
that's not really how
Okay.
success works. Again,
Yeah.
this is really good. That definitely basically takes you no time, for sure. Time
Mhm.
reduction is significant. Do you remember how much you paid for this mod?
Yeah, the Mandalorian Chamber is... I think I only paid for
well, I mean the
500
mod
for it.
part of it, right? Because this is a mod on it, not the actual attachment.
Oh.
Is this your first mod on the
Yeah, the other
Mandalorian
one-
Chamber?
Yeah, that's the first one on it that we went through.
Okay.
That one kind of...
Basically, if you spent the 100 credits or whatever on that, take that back.
Okay.
Whatever parts you spent on it, you don't spend. So, it did not cost you money. Basically, we'll say with that freakish amount of success.
All right. This thing has 6 mod things on it, so it's it has 3 disorient +1s, 2 stun +1s, and then 1 increased range. So it's I'm just trying to get the stun and the increased range on it.
All right. Do you take a strain though?
Yes. And I'm gonna try one more time.
Yeah, you're gonna try the suppressor once more, or the dampener. Blah, I did it again.
I'm gonna try more on the chamber because I have.
You're gonna do another one in the chamber. Okay, that's fair enough.
Because I got I
Remember,
still got
the
400
difficulty
credits.
goes up by 1.
Yes.
Oh, actually, that reminds me. That actually is relevant. I forgot to put a pin in this because I got distracted by the other things. You guys were trying to find out that other entrance. Do you actually want to do some research on the exotic pet shop?
Sure.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Okay. Well, you're busy rolling mods, so
I'll eventually and then I can do it. Okay, that one just does.
yeah, that one's gone.
That's a disorient one. That one's gone.
It's toast. Luckily, you do have some redundancy there. So, researchmans, somebody give me an... it's not super obscure, but it's also not something you normally look up. You can come about this 2 ways. Either give me a hard knowledge check of Outer Rim or Education for actually, understanding this thing, or you can give me a Streetwise of the same difficulty to get the skinny, basically.
I can do Streetwise, but I also have a point Outer Rim.
Okay.
So
Which one's your better?
Streetwise.
Yeah, Streetwise. Go with Streetwise.
Yeah, go Axe.
This is hard, right?
If you want to upgrade your thing, there's still a destiny point there.
There's one destiny point left, yes.
A singular destiny point.
I haven't been
Yeah.
doing anything else.
It's a good thing you all volunteered to do Streetwise, because I was about to say, Boots would help, but he's still doing Medbay. And it's research is important. No, Medbay.
Yeah, probably.
So if I understand this right, because my weapon plus brawn is my base damage, I would do fucking base damage 8
Yes.
per turn. Oof.
You
Right
have
there.
8 fire.
4 success, 1
Burning
advantage.
fists.
Yeah, that's a good check. Okay, so you research the shop, the exotic pet shop, and you get a little bit of advantage on that too, so you get some extra stuff. So that shop is called the Menageporium. I should spell it for you.
Bless you.
Good It's your turn again.
That's you.
And it handles local animals. It also has some off-world imports: Nala tree frogs, monkey lizards, some nunas, some song serpents, loth cats, whatever.
Considering how like varied
Half-hound.
and dangerous wildlife is, I'm not surprised there are quite a few pet shops. Considering.
Also has care and feeding supplies, standard stuff. But you do actually track that down, and you find out that it is owned by Arpuvum, who also owns Arpus and the Scarlet Gloves. Arpu seems like he's the businessy type guy who owns all the fronts. So you can be reasonably sure that, yes, the pet shop is a front, and there's probably an entrance hidden in the back.
It's also how they legally get all the stuff to feed the animals they keep.
Yeah, probably. It's what covers are for. Same as with, actually, they probably... if they don't train in the gym, they at least probably use the gym equipment to train people,
Yeah.
And they use all the businesses to launder the money. Standard usual crime stuff. Okay, so you figure that out. You've done your building. Is there anything else to do? I'll take that as a no.
No, besides more modding, but that is fine.
Nah, I've got nothing.
All right. Anybody? Bueller?
No.
Okay. All right, let's call the session there, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to do all this stuff with the things and the people and the buttons. Press all the shiny buttons.
Next session might be short or long, depending on how that goes. Just how it rolls out.
Yeah, we're gonna see. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Thank you very much to everyone who
It will
decided
definitely
to listen.
depend on some skill checks. Before I cut the mics, let me calculate expos really quick.
Yes.
This was a kind of weirdly intense yet kind of lower energy session.
It kind of ping-ponged a little.
I was
Sorry.
going to say thanks to all the audience that they stuck around this long.
Yeah.
Oh, they stuck around all right. Are you kidding me?
The people that listening are probably here the whole
I
time.
did wrestling voices.
Dallas will still be here.
Of course, Dallas.
Hopefully.
Shout out to Dallas.
Shout out.
Dallas, leave a comment if you're here still. So, I mean, technically only Aramaa did the Borhek thing, but, that was a big boss fight that happened.
Mhm.
And you did find the Iron Cage, and I will say, because you guys have basically... you figured out all the red stripe in their base and stuff and all that thing. You found all those guys, that's 5. The Borhek was a big fight, so that's another 5. And I also want to say, because you guys have planned your raid, we'll call that another 5. Nice. 15 base. Aramaa people are counting on you, definitely, 100%.
Definitely on him.
You got motivation, I think that's only just you to say. But hey, nice.
Next time, though, will probably be very interesting with people's motivations and duties and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to end it here. Goodbye, everybody.
Have a lovely day.